play it by ear.
All right. Welcome back to all Hitches. We are live. We're giving you the live viewing of all the games here. Well, viewing of us. Talking about all the games. You're going to get commentary like you've never had commentary before. With a lot of great guests, too. It should be a good time today, Mesa.
Yeah. No, I'm excited. I'm excited. I got all kinds of screens going right now. Got a little split screen over here at Madison and WNL, and it looks like we're getting ready for kickoff at the Braddock game. Braddock is going to kick off to Fairfax.
Yeah, and Madison's not quite there yet.
Although, like you said, I think we might be a little behind on that one.
A little behind
just because of
the feed. But Fairfax, yeah, you're right. Fairfax is kicking the ball off here.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, Braddock's kicking the ball off to Fairfax here.
Yeah. I didn't see who won the toss, so
I'm going to assume deferred. We said this the other day. Everyone defers. Everyone defers.
Give me the ball. I want to score. Let's see.
Right.
Oh,
like a young Matt Hasselbeck.
Oh, big, nice kickoff return to about the 31 there for Fairfax. Breezy day today. We'll see how that affects the passing game in both those games. Yeah. I can see the flags going a little bit.
Yeah, I got I got a third game on. I got good old Randolph-Macon versus my sons Washington and Jefferson Presidents, and W&J was up to a 14-0 lead, and now Randolph-Macon is up 21-14. So,
all right,
extra game. I got 3 games on now, buddy.
Yeah, I got let's see. We got the coin toss right now. First and 10 for Fairfax.
Yeah, Murad.
All right, here we go.
Who's that? The Maltese Falcon?
Oh, look at that. Gain of about – whoa, oh.
That's a big gain.
Big gain. Uh-oh.
That was the Maltese Falcon. You got to wrap up. You got to wrap up and go low on the Maltese Falcon. Otherwise, he'll spread those wings.
I will say the thing that I hate people saying, too much arm tackling. Too much arm tackling. I hate that saying. What? Not every tackle can be shoulders. It just doesn't work that way.
Right. It doesn't work.
Sometimes you got to extend with your arms. I mean, that's just what it is. Too much arm tackle out there.
Too much arm tackle.
Yeah. Bugs me to no end. Let's see. You got first and 10. Look at that. Fairfax.
Look at that. I told you. What did I say? I told you Coach Taylor would come out with something funky.
Spread them out a little bit. They're not in tight. A little hitch. Oh, look at that. They're driving. Already past half midfield. Already past midfield.
That's what they do.
We're still waiting for the kickoff from WNL and Madison. Yeah. We'll see. I mean, this will be big. If Fairfax can score on their opening drive, I think that'd be huge for them.
Yeah.
Able to push the ball down the field and get a touchdown.
Oh, that would be enormous. With that defense, then they pin their ears back at that point.
Oh, look at that. The whole Madison team on the field right now.
Oh, good tackle. Look at Bragg. Was that our guy Payne? I couldn't see who it was.
I can't see. Because unfortunately, because I have 2 screens, I can't maximize the screen.
Of course it was Payne, man. The man brings the pain every time. Tackle for loss. That was actually a big tackle for loss there.
Big third down here. Third down.
And Madison, the whole team comes out.
Now,
look like the Jerry Glanville Falcons.
What is your opinion? As much as I like to be like, oh, let's get them. Let's run some tricky stuff out here. I think we get this point in the season, you got to be who you are, right? I mean, run what you run. Maybe later in the game you show us, but I think early on you kind of establish yourself.
Yeah, no, I agree.
A little jet sweep on the outside. Oh, look at that. Big rally.
Yeah, so what's it? We're looking at 4th down.
Yeah, you got to punt this. You can't give Braddock a short field. We got the kickoff. We got the Warhawks getting ready to receive the kickoff.
Deferred. The WNL deferred here. I mean, WNL trusts the defense, right? Try and stop them, hold them to a 3-and-out, and then get the ball back.
Yeah. Although, if the offense is the strength of your team, man, I mean, again, you know my philosophy. I like to be aggressive with it. I like.
Oh man, did you see that snap over Fairfax? A high snap. Lucky it wasn't blocked.
We got a touchback in the Madison game.
That ball just rolled down to what, the 5-yard line?
No, they're marking it at the 30. Looks like.
No. What, the Fairfax? I'm talking about the Fairfax game.
Yeah. No, they marked it at the 30.
Because it went rolling. I guess it ended up rolling because there's a big pillar in the way. You can't see past that pillar on the right. It started rolling down the field.
1st and 20 there, and Madison W now. Let's see what we got here.
Now the camera moves.
Yeah, of course it does. All right, got the 1st now and 10. Got 2 games going at once here, folks.
1st and 10 in both games.
1st and 10 in both games. Oh, nice little 3-yard gain for Madison early on.
But Ty Jackson gets the start.
You know what's really weird is that look at that. Look at Braddock in a run heavy formation.
Ooh, I like that. Little razzle dazzle. And I'll tell you what, who comes out starting quarterback? Ty Jackson. We talked about
Ty Jackson does come out starting quarterback.
Right? That was something that was discussed since Tuesday. We've talked about this. And they come out with Ty Jackson.
Well, I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the area. And no disrespect to Sirus led a team to a region title game last year, but Ty Jackson. We got a 2nd down for look at that little completed pass there for Madison.
Well, Brad just right now coming out couple run plays here. Just I mean, look, when Braddock got hot last year, they pounded the rock.
Yeah.
They pounded the rock. So they're going to keep doing that even with Ty Jackson in there.
Yeah.
Set up that play action.
And we got a chance to meet the one of the running backs from Braddock on Friday, number 20, Peyton Holmes.
Peyton Holmes.
Good kid. I like that kid.
Really good kid. Really good kid. Track guy, wrestling guy.
Yeah. You know who was an all-state wrestler? NFL Hall of Famer who was an all-state wrestler. Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
Hall of Fame wrestler.
And you can tell just the way he tackled, man.
Yeah. 1st down and 10. Madison gets 1st down. Madison's doing what they do, man. A little pass from Ty Jackson. I hate the NFHS thing, or the YouTube camera is not moving.
It's not. I'm almost thinking, but that is the NFHS camera, isn't it, or is it not?
No, it's their YouTube focus, or it's the Huddle focus camera.
I'm about to switch over.
Oh, to the NFHS feed.
Yeah, just because, and you know me, I have my wars with NFHS, but I think right now it's a better product. I'm looking.
We got a 2nd down in the Madison game. About 2nd and 4.5, 2nd and 5. Oh man, that camera is not moving.
Yeah, I'm saying goodbye and hardly knew you to that YouTube feed, and I'm switching over to the good old NFHS feed.
See if we contact our guys. Hazair and Fedor and tell them
tell them something. Just go smack your camera a few times.
Yeah.
And Madison doing what Madison does right now, right?
Just right at him, right?
You remember that there was that boxing match? I think it was Tommy Morrison and Ray Mercer, right? And Tommy Morrison Ray Mercer was smacking him around the corner of that ring, and he kept saying, what did he say to him? He said, "I'm not because Morrison had just beat George Foreman."
Yeah. Oh, I remember that.
And he goes, "I'm not George Foreman," as he's hitting him. "I'm not George Foreman." Right about now, Madison's driving the ball, saying, "We're not any national teams.
We're not Langley. We're not Marshall.
We're not Justice. They played every day. They played every national team in the conference."
Oh yeah. God, look at that old school under center, freaking 2 backs, tight end. Oh, they are not playing around. And I think that goes kind of what we were saying as far as do you have the NFHS feed right now? I got nothing.
I switched over. It's a beautiful thing. It's giving me down and distance. I switched over.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and.
You got 1st and 10. Braddock driving. Why are they at the? Was there a penalty that I just missed? Why are they at the 30?
Who comes out and freaking 2 backs and a tight end? I'll tell you who. Madison. Madison, that's who. Right.
The issue is that in the but the issue is NFHS is a good 2 minutes behind.
Are they?
Yeah, which kind of sucks, but you can sacrifice 2 minutes behind for actually watching the game.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, because they're at the 30, and I'm like, wait a minute, they're at the 32 minutes ago, but they're behind.
We have some guests coming on sometime during these games.
We got an action-packed show, buddy. We've talked to a few people we've talked to who are excited about coming on today, and life happens, so we'll see. Hopefully, everything works out. We've got a couple guys. We got the great future Hall of Fame basketball coach Doug Craig may be joining us today.
Oh, Doug Craig, I like that guy.
Who doesn't not like Doug Craig? It's like everybody loves Raymond. Everybody loves Coach Craig.
I'm sure there might be people who coach in the Patriots yeah.
All right, fair enough. There's probably some basketball coaches who don't like him, but we like him. We got our defensive coordinator guru, Josh Richards from Herndon.
All right. Okay.
And then we got former played runner-up at Woodson in the region title game to Freedom a couple years back. Coach Van Acker.
Big stop for W&L. Big stop for W&L.
Coach Van Acker joining us.
Oh, okay. I know that guy. Lots of guys I know.
Who's played in a quite a handful of region title games himself. So I look forward to getting
he's had quite a bit of playoff success. Yeah, the only thing that sucks is right now I can't see the down and distance.
Wow.
Like usually it says like 2nd and 4. It does not say that.
Yeah, so I got that on the Fairfax.
Little fake. Oh, did you see what happened in the Madison game? Lined up like they're gonna go for it. Little fake punterooski.
I like that. I do like that.
Bordeaux with the touchdown. We're getting updates. Bordeaux just scored.
Oh man, that spoiler alert! A touchdown by Bordeaux.
Touchdown.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm really excited about it though. I haven't seen it yet, and here it is. Oh no, that was another big gainer by Bordeaux though. Haven't gotten to the touchdown yet by Bordeaux. I'm excited about it.
It's big to get on the board first, right? In these kind of games,
right? Yeah.
And now you want to put the pressure on the other team.
Oh, for sure.
Well, now I don't have to watch this drive because I know how this ends.
That is true.
I got the Cliff Notes. Not that I used that in college or anything, but maybe I did.
I'm gonna watch that. A little Ty Jackson, a little.
You know what? Ty Jackson, I think, and Isaiah French are very similar. They're not. They're somewhat mobile. I wouldn't say Ty Jackson is not Lamar Jackson, but he's mobile. Same thing with French, right? They're mobile enough.
Yeah, they're high school mobile.
Yeah, but they're very comparable, right? Both have really strong arms, athletic enough.
Yeah, strong arms, athletic enough.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for this touchdown run by, our man. Here he is. Bordeaux does look good. He looks running strong today, though.
Yeah.
Fairfax on the return. They got to answer because that was an easy score for Braddock.
Yeah.
Fairfax.
No. Coach Laguna says he won't. If he doesn't want him to spoil it, he won't. No, go and spoil it. Let's
please.
Yeah, let us
tell him spoil it.
Yeah. Let us know what happens.
I switched over to. I'm doing YouTube and an FHS now. I switched over to both.
Oh, is the YouTube back on again? Do we have the YouTube?
It's back on. It's not bad. I'm going to switch over to both because that one seemed like it was in real time. So I'm going to switch over back and forth. So Fairfax now with the ball on the 23-yard line.
We appreciate it, Coach Laguna. We appreciate it. It's anything for you guys. We appreciate it.
That's the John Clayton here at
John Clayton.
We got our own John Clayton in Coach Laguna.
Who was the other guy? Remember Adam Schefter used to do the commercials?
Well, Chris Mortensen. Mortimer.
Yeah. Now, can Fairfax? How big of a hole can Fairfax dig themselves in before they? That Madison defense is good. Before they have to hit the panic button.
Yeah, they don't want to be in a situation where they got to start throwing every down. Ball tipped. Yeah. Who tipped that one? Don't tell me that was number 90 again. No, I don't think it was. It might have been Maine's. Can't tell. When they wear the dark jerseys with the dark purple numbers, I can't really tell who it is.
Yeah. How many jerseys do they have?
That was a good run. I'm looking at the run now. Holy smoke! That's it. That's not even the touchdown run. That's just him getting down to the 10. So he's taking over the game now. Bordeaux has.
Fairfax has got out of the gun. They are back. They are back in under center.
Yeah, they got to play smash mouth. You got to do what you do. Do what you do.
Yeah.
And you got a flag. That's not a great start there. Was that a 3-and-out by W&L?
Yeah.
3-and-out.
It was. Roll Cougs. Who are the Cougars? Someone said Roll Cougs. I don't know. W&L. Where W&L? W&L are the.
No, they're not the Cougars.
Yeah.
I guess someone's excited about Oakton next year. Oakton's got a lot of big fans.
Man,
we know that.
Short field for Madison. Yeah. They got W&L on a 3-and-out.
Yeah, W&L's experiencing look, I said this about Hayfield in the beginning of the season, coming and playing the Patriot, and they gave me a hard time about that. It was fun, kind of sparring with the Overtons about it. But when I said, you're not in the Cardinal anymore, you're in the Patriot. Well, I'm going to say this right now. You're not in Liberty anymore. You're not in Liberty anymore.
And you're not playing the national.
You're not playing national anymore.
Yeah.
So, welcome to big boy football. I hate to say that.
Well, I think for
going deep. No. But you got to prove us wrong otherwise, right? If you haven't played anyone, you got to prove us wrong. What did we talked about earlier this year? I made those jokes. Hayfield come out and Hayfield smashed the Patriot team, and they said, "Look, we belong." Okay, fine. So I'll say it right now. If W&L wants to prove they belong, what happened to WL last year in the first round of the playoffs?
Did they go out first round?
Oh, sorry. I was thinking South.
But they're very similar, right?
Right. Sorry.
And South Lake seem very similar in style of play.
Right.
The whole thing, right?
Sorry.
Ooh,
either a fake punt or a bad snap. Either way, he's going.
Either way. Oh, and he got a first down out of it.
And it was a mile. It was at least 18 yards.
Yeah, I think that was a bad snap.
I think so too.
They called a return. Although Coach Taylor's known for his special teams chicanery, right?
He does like to play some games.
Ooh, there's a big decision here. I think we got a 4th and short for Madison on the 40-yard line. They're going to go for this, right?
Oh yeah, that's what they do.
Oh no, they're calling the punt team on. Are they going in a heavy formation? Well, this is a big one. This is a big call. They're gonna go. Oh no, offense stay on the field. A little tush push. Not legal in high school. Not legal in high school.
They're not gonna call them on that though.
Yeah, you get called. They called it in the last year at the West Bowl game. Remember against
right.
What you call it?
Here we go. See what we got here.
I got under center. This is a big call. Ooh, a little toss.
Yeah, a little toss.
Nicely. Oh, that's a ballsy call to be at the yard line.
Yeah, that is a ballsy call. Yeah. Heading over to Braddock. What do we got over here? Fairfax. Let's see here. Hard to tell. Looks like it's 2nd down. And what about 9 to go? 2nd down and 9.
2nd down. I think it's 3rd down.
Is it 3rd? I can't really tell. It's bright out there. Another big run though. Big run by the Maltese. I think that was the Maltese Falcon.
Ooh! Oh! Touchdown, Madison.
Really?
Touchdown, Madison.
Is that a run?
Right up the gut. 3rd and 3 now. It's 3rd and 3 now. According to Coach Laguna.
3rd
not anymore. Down now.
Not anymore. Yeah.
A touchdown, Madison, right up the gut, just went right through him.
Yeah.
Emotion nicely out. Maybe they thought something else was going to go on. They popped the ball right up the middle to
right. Madison doing Madison things, right? That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's what they do.
A little wedge right there for Fairfax.
Yeah. Let me see. Hang on. I'll tell you what. This is a big drive for Fairfax. I mean, good answer so far. They got to finish it. But it's a good answer.
When do you want to bring on our first guest? When do you want to bring on our first?
Talking to one of them right now, my friend. I'm talking to one.
Oh, is it a surprise? We're gonna hear the
door. Right, like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
Who could that be? Could be lots of people. Well, we found out on Tuesday night. Lots of people want to be on the show.
Yeah, yeah. We and actually on that theme, won't say anything. No spoilers for anyone, but we're talking to a couple shakers and movers here in good old Northern Virginia sports, football, and just sports in general. We might have a big guest this week. Might have a big guest in the show this week.
We might have a big guest this week.
Going to wait on the announcement because, life happens sometimes and sometimes you can't get it. So we want to make sure we get this guest. But could be a big announcement, big guest for us this week. So we're excited about it.
So I was thinking about, we've been talking about possibly doing a fantasy draft for our high school team. Yeah. I was building a list today. I was building a draft list today.
What are you cheating? You're doing mock drafts, you son of a gun.
I was listing out the potential quarterbacks I'd like. I was listing out the receivers, the running backs, defensive units I like. I was listing the defensive players I like. You know what I found?
I might go in blind to that test. I might go in blind.
32 for Fairfax now. You know what I found is it was easier for me to go through and kind of name off running backs that I'd like to take as opposed to receivers. It's a little easier for me to
I could see that. It's kind of like the old fantasy football when running backs were just there was like a plethora of them.
Look at that. First down, Fairfax. Well, they're that punt, huh?
Yeah.
Woo! That Madison defense. I've never been to Madison. That it's interesting that there's a house that's right next to the field that you could.
It's moving backwards right now. Oh, there you go. Okay.
Yeah. I was looking at the field. There's a house right next to the Madison football field that if someone could buy the All Hitches podcast, we could sit there and call Madison games from the house.
You go to that top window right there, and you could be in one window. I could be in the other window.
Yeah.
WNL. Let's see what Coach Ludwig could draw.
Oh, big play! Was that Morris on the reception?
I got Abramson with a little slide here.
But no one's getting open. That's the problem is no one's getting open.
Going here to Fairfax here. Let's see what they're in the red zone now. They're in the red zone.
They got to score.
They have to score.
Here
you go. Big run by. It looked like it was the Maltese Falcon who just refuses to go down today. By the way.
Yeah. Let's see. What do we got here? I wish I could see the down and distance in the Madison game.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10.
Yeah, 1st and goal.
No, the Madison game.
Oh, the Madison game? No, it's not 1st and 10. It is. It's. Well, look at close. Man, that Madison defense is so good.
Right? They just swarm like bees.
Yeah. The Saints.
It's currently it's locked at 1st and 10. Never mind.
It's locked in on 1st and 10.
Yeah, they're punting.
4th down. They got to punt. I think, like you said, right? We're not Lewis.
Yeah. This now, if you're WNL, and this one we'll talk about, in like next season's, August, next July. But if you're building up your schedule, and you've arrived, right? And you've arrived, if that's what you think, you got to ramp up the competition.
So I don't think you got to take 4 of them.
No,
but you got to get at least one.
Right.
You got to get at least one.
Oh, man. It looks like Barry Sanders back here watching nicely run.
Did you see him stop?
Yeah, I saw him stop. Look like Gale Sayers.
Did you see that? I think that's a flag, but that kid got absolutely destroyed. Did they throw a flag on that?
The Kansas Comet watching him run. Fairfax on the 2-yard line. Fairfax on the 2-yard line.
Is that the quarter? Are we at the quarter already?
Yeah.
Was that timeout?
Looks like it's the quarter. Can't tell.
Yeah.
Because of the clock, but it's too dark. Or maybe it's just too sunny out.
So it's sunny in Fairfax.
Always, it's the quarter break. It's the quarter break.
Okay.
Always sunny in Northern Virginia when we're on the call, my friend.
My Christmas decorations are all done. I'm all done up front. I've got everything done. I've got all the lights hung. I've got all the trees are all decorated. The inflatables are all out.
Not me, my friend. I'm behind. I had relatives here, so I'm way behind. Tomorrow will be a good day for that. I don't know what the weather's calling for tomorrow, but I think the old Dash household. I think we'll be watching a little football, eating a Dash and Dan, and from our friends at Celebrity, and then I'll be putting up Christmas lights.
There you go. Get your mind off that Raider loss. I was thinking the Black Friday, if we're gonna do a game on it should be the Raiders game, right? If it's Black Friday, like Detroit and Dallas play, the Raiders should be the team that plays on that Black Friday.
I agree. Black Friday is perfect Raider game. Like when they beat
it's just in the name.
When they beat Washington at Super Bowl 18, it was Black Sunday, right? So here comes Fairfax on the 2-yard line. See what they could do here. And look at the
Grab the gut. That looks like a
touchdown. Looking like a young Mike Allstott right there, my friend.
Yeah. 7-7.
We got a ball game. We got a ball game in Burke.
That punt. If Fairfax win this game, can you point to that punt right there where they have them down? They're going to get the ball back, chance to go up 2 scores. Yeah.
And Madison here. One thing that you and I had said 2 weeks ago was that Madison Westfield game in a lot of ways might have been the region championship game.
Yeah.
I'm starting to think that maybe that was the case, right? Starting to think maybe that was the case.
Well, we'll see. I mean, they've got a ways to go. It's end of 1. It's only 7-0.
No, it's early, but we said that. We did say that, and we weren't just making that up. Our gut was telling us that, and so far that's what we're seeing. We'll see. I mean, but WNL they got to prove something here. They got to prove something.
Right. They got to get getting pushed around.
Right.
If it wasn't
going over their games all year, right? Literally, we've gone over every game all year.
Yeah.
And until you on yesterday's live, until you actually brought out their schedule and said, look, this is who they've played, and just looking at it right in front of me, I'm like, oh my God, that's who they played all year. I was shocked.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think none of their non-district opponents were playoff teams. Not one of them.
Not one.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. Right now but they make a stop right here and they score and we got a ball game. So.
Oh, look at that.
Oh,
big
turn. Yeah, big. Was that our guy Peyton Holmes? Who was that?
I don't know. Who was that masked man?
I'm trying to see who it is coming off the field in the green gloves.
Yeah.
Looks like double digits.
Coach Laguna is saying that 3 games in 9 days that Braddock looks a little tired. They look a little tired. I mean, that's a lot. It's a lot of games to play, right? Especially
didn't look tired on that run right there.
Yeah.
Look at a thing of beauty. Maybe you can answer who that was on the run.
Yeah.
Might have been Callahan.
Barivino.
Oh, okay. They got so many weapons there. Every time I ask who it is, it's always a new name.
Yeah.
So many weapons.
Madison forced a punt.
There you go. So WNL, the defense, we talked about it. Look, that's going to be the savior. That's got to be the savior. We talked about it, the underrated defense at WNL. Well, now's your time because you got to help your offense out. You got to help your offense out now. Your offense is playing against a top-tier defense, and it might take them a little while. Give the wonder kid at the OC, give him a little time to kind of figure out this Madison defense, right? Give Ludwig a little time here.
Yeah. A personal foul on Lake Braddock.
Down to the 30. That's a good punt.
Yeah.
Oof. Personal foul, huh? Yikes. They were at midfield.
I mean, that's the thing, though. I mean, you get this time of year, right? Everyone's on edge. Everyone's a little chippy, because, I mean, there is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. And
there is no tomorrow. I like that. Like Rocky.
There is no tomorrow. And also, they've seen these scenes before. A lot of these guys have played these guys for 4 years. I want to see if they're going to let Jackson let one go. Here goes.
Letting it rip.
I was just asking for it.
Oh.
I was just asking for it. I was like, I want to see if they're gonna let one fly on this.
The camera was too slow.
Yeah. Oh, I thought they're gonna take one. Dude, Madison is just shutting all these windows down. They are just quickly going through there. What do we got? We got it's that second and forever. Little screen, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh, what a catch! What a catch! That wasn't Austin. Oh, what a man! He just flicks his
WNL and empty here. They're an empty.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. Just move the sticks here. Move the sticks.
WNL? No, I think WNL is going 3 and out again.
No, they're not punting it. They haven't called it. They haven't called it yet. Unless the quarterback
that
punting.
Was second down. That was second down.
Yeah, unless the quarterback's punting. Well, he did it last time. You said, right? Or was that Madison?
No? Madison did. Madison did. This is third down coming up. This is a big third down. This is a big third down. You go 3 and out 3 times in a row for an offense that that's been as a well-oiled machine that they have. I mean, this is huge. But here's the thing with Madison. Madison seems to only be bringing 4 every time.
Looks like
Peyton Holmes,
about 7 yards here to go here in the first.
Peyton Holmes in the game is what I'm being told.
Little screen. A little short.
Oh no, they got it. They got it. Wait, where's the spot?
They're not giving it to him.
It depends where the spot is. If it's by the official towards the Madison side, then I say no.
Oh, they gave it to him.
First down.
There you go. That's what they need. That's what they need. Tell you what, stands are packed over at Madison, the friendly confines of James Madison.
That's the away side too, right? WNL.
That is the away
you said
side.
the Arlingtonians love support their school, huh?
They do. They really do. So John Kenny's a happy man. That's a good gate over there at Madison.
No, I think for the playoffs you don't get any of the gate. I think
you don't get any of it, really? None of it?
I think it goes to VHSL. I think VHSL hosts the tournament, so that this is how they make their money.
I mean,
I think
break it off in third. You can go third. It's a good deal. We're gonna rebargain. We're gonna redo the contracts here in the offseason.
Oh, look at this Bordeaux. Bordeaux is short, but first and goal at the 1.
Oof, man.
Real quick, if you like this shirt, this is from the 703 brand that we
703 brand.
Yeah,
I got one too, man. Those are fire shirts.
Those are fire.
They are fire. That the kids say, man. Those are fire. That's what my kids said. My kids saw the shirt and said they're fire. So I said I'm going to use that line. I think when we were young, we said those things are badass.
Oh,
right.
They're tight. They're tight. That's tight. Yes.
Depends which decade you want to go, right?
Yeah. What else? I mean, cool. You can never go wrong with cool, right?
Remember bad?
Huh?
Bad.
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 Bad meaning bad, not bad meaning good.
Yeah, in the mid '80s, bad was bad. Bad was good.
Awesome.
But yeah, those are great shirts. You got the old Woodson colors there. I like the little navy red.
Yeah. To go along with our all Hitches official shirts, I had someone tell me that we should be selling merch. Do you think we should be selling merch?
Oh, Madison! Did Madison just pick the ball off? They did. Madison picked it off. Man, they went deep, took a shot. I mean, look, if you're Ludwig and the offense is going to draw up some shots.
Well, and you have the offensive player of the year in Malatesta, right?
Right, and it's better than a punt. But yeah,
touchdown. Touchdown, Braddock.
Braddock 14-7.
Touchdown, Braddock.
So soon to be 14-7 Braddock. Mid second?
Yeah. Now, if you're Braddock, you might feel really good about yourself in the fact that if we don't give up that fake punt for a touchdown, we are dominating this football game, right?
Yeah. But that was a good drive by Fairfax, all in all, though. I mean, they needed that fake punt.
They needed that fake punt, right? So
they did.
I'm I'm gonna relate this to the game we watched on Tuesday, right? Braddock was in control, and then they hit that deep pass to White, and they felt like they were back in it. But in reality, Braddock kind of dominated that game up to that point.
Right. No, that's true.
We'll see if Fairfax can answer, right?
Right. All right, so just got a message from one Jared Van Acker.
Okay.
And, he said, "I'll be on in a couple minutes." Look at that, little Coach Van Acker, right?
Yeah.
Not new to region title games. So I'm getting a couple messages from people saying, "Thanks for doing this. Score stream might be down." And you know what? This is why we're here. We're here. You can't count on scores. You can't count on all that stuff. But
we do
the dirty work for you.
Do we even know who runs score stream? We don't even know.
No, we should take that over too while we're at it. We got 7-0 Madison up on WNL. Madison with 8 minutes to go in the first half. And then we got
Madison's back on defense. What did I miss? Must have been a fumble, right?
Yeah, you gotta have to rewind that one, buddy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not rewinding.
Well, if they score, I'm rewinding it. If they score, I'm rewinding it. Oh, they just look. I'm an Abramson guy. You and I gave Abramson the player of the year in that conference.
Yeah.
That being said, he looks really uneasy right now.
Well, I mean, I'll go back to how I was relating to playing. I just had this conversation with your son, where I said, "How long did it take you to get used to practicing against college guys as opposed to practicing against high school guys?" He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "It took him a little while to kind of adjust the speed because what's open in high school is not open in college, like the way he was talking about that, right? And it's the same thing. So I think right now him adjusting to they are spraying them out going empty. Oh, Madison brings some pressure here.
Yeah, that's what they're gonna do. Madison doing Madison things.
Yeah.
Braddock. I don't know why are they saying still 7? That's the NFHS fee. That feed's behind.
Yeah.
No, the YouTube feed. The YouTube feed is never mind.
The scoreboard is there, but it's tough to see.
Yeah, it's tough to see. Murad, a little delay.
Was it a bad snap? I feel like that was a bad snap.
Maybe it was a bad snap.
Yeah.
Not Fairfax has to figure something out, man. They got to figure something out here. You can't. Can you just run fake punts up and down the field? Maybe that works.
Boy, still empty. Oh, dude, they are out of sync. Another 3 and out. Oh no, they're going for it now. So this may be a 4 and out. I don't know. I think I punt the football here. It's still 7-0. I think I pin Madison as deep as possible.
I agree with you on that. And Fairfax run a little jet. Nothing. Smothered by the Braddock defense. Braddock came to play.
Do you see what I mean? It feels a little bit like the West Springfield game, where the West Springfield got a break, got themselves a touchdown, and Braddock kind of looks, overwhelming. Oh, he's open! Touchdown, WNL.
No.
Yeah, I think
what was it?
I think they ran a little fake screen.
Wow. What did I say? It doesn't matter who WNL played all season long. You know what? They're going to show you. They're going to prove to everyone it doesn't matter who you played in the regular season as long as you're playing good football right now. Make this extra point.
Let's rewind the tape, huh?
7-7. And I'm watching Randolph Macon with 24 straight points on W&J. They're up 24-14. That's rough. That is rough.
Offices. I'm not sure what that means, Coach Laguna. Offsides.
Coach
Laguna's just like play by play.
I mean, Coach Laguna is the best. That's our John Clayton, right? Nova's own John Clayton. Nova's own Mortimer.
All right, back to pass. Oh, picked off by Braddock. Uh-oh. This could be trouble.
Yeah. Starting to feed a little feeding frenzy, right? Feeding
frenzy.
Well, what did I say? What did I say? I'm a Murad guy. I like Murad. I said, but they're gonna try and put Murad in situations he hasn't been in before, because normally you can run, you can hand the ball off, right, short down and distance. Now they're starting to feel a little bit. We got to press.
Our guy, Olimpo.
Hey, Oladapo.
No, Olin Olinpo.
I said it wrong, but either way, great play.
Right now, if you're playing
touchdown, Brad.
If you're playing NC football 25 and you have the momentum meter, it's all the way over here for the Lake Braddock team, and the momentum meters
all the way 21-7. Holy smokes!
Although last time they played, Braddock jumped up to a big lead and Fairfax slowly chipped away.
That's true.
Yeah. We got 116 right now who are viewing this right now. A little smaller than our normal.
Well, people are, just still getting home. The problem is the time, right? People are out and about.
Yeah. I did a little Christmas shopping yesterday. I went and did a little Black Friday yesterday.
Oh, you brave man. Very brave man.
We went out and did a little Black Friday shopping. I got some things. Have you thought about getting the kids for Christmas? Do you guys have? How do your kids do their Christmas list? How do you guys know what to get them, or do you guys just try to figure out?
Nowadays, I think they send their mom kind of a couple items that they want.
So we found an online app.
Secret. Santa.
We found an online app years ago, and so now we just kind of put our stuff in there, whatever you want. Because I don't know about you, but I've been in a relationship with my wife since 1993, so we're talking about 31 years. And I hate having this conversation this time of year. So, is there anything you want for Christmas? I hate having that conversation, trying to figure that stuff out.
Right.
So now we just throughout the year, you just kind of put things on the list, and so that way it gets bought for you.
Eli was asking, where do you watch an NFHS game? Or do you watch the Madison game not on NFHS? I don't know.
The only place I know is unless Madison has a thing like Braddock.
Right. No, they might. You would think a program like that might actually have that.
Yeah.
They're successful in everything.
They go onside kick.
Well, it's Madison's ball.
No, I'm talking about Lake Braddock.
Did they recover the onsides?
No, I thought they might have gone onside kick because look where the ball is. The ball's in the 45. I think they might have gone onside kick.
Yeah, I switched over to Madison there. I wasn't sure. I figured they were kicking it. And Madison, driving the ball here. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, now Madison has to answer.
Madison throwing the ball downfield. No.
Overshot him.
Yeah, a little bit.
We got a player down in the Braddock game.
Well, just got a message from might be having our first guest of the day. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see.
Lola, some recap from yesterday. Colonial Forge with a big win. Colonial Forge with a big win. Patriot.
They look good. Oscar Smith looks good.
I hear Oscar Smith looks amazing with what all the reports are. And because Highland Springs was no joke. And they beat them. I think they beat them 35-7 or something like that.
Yeah, they're no tomato cans, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're beating up on Highland Springs, Madison, that might be a
no. There was a receiver
in high school. Does that ball got to get back to the line of scrimmage?
There was a receiver in the area. I think there was a guy right there. I think they were trying to call a screen.
Didn't look like anyone was anywhere nearby.
I thought there was a guy. It looked like some kind of screen. I thought there was a receiver in the area. Like they're having some kind of middle screen, maybe. Little break in the action here.
We got timeout over there, Madison.
Yeah,
what we got going on at Braddock.
So I'm curious where the state semifinal playing games are going to be played at.
They're kicking the ball again. They're kicking the ball. There must have been a penalty, Mason.
Oh, they're re-kicking it. Okay.
Yeah, there must have been a penalty.
Yeah, that was weird. That was interesting.
Answer your question earlier. I think but yeah, I don't do much. I love doing the Christmas gifts when the kids were younger. I like going to the toy store and buying a bunch of fun toys and stuff.
Yeah.
Now they're getting clothes and stuff. It's just boring.
Okay.
Maybe that's me. Maybe that's me. Maybe I'm just taking the. But I feel like, and they're getting. My wife takes care of a lot of that stuff. Now I'll go rogue. I'll go and just buy stuff for them, but they didn't ask for. And they're like, I didn't. They're like, oh, it's great, thanks. And I'm like, you don't like this? I thought you liked this. Like, get the kid like an action figure. You don't like action figures? Okay, I'll take that. I'll put it on my.
Speaking of, do you know they're re-releasing the Secret Wars action figures?
Wow.
You can pre-order them right now. The re-releases of the Secret Wars action figures. And I think it's gonna be a line. I think because I don't know if you noticed they have.
Oh, I did know that because I saw the Beyonder figure.
Yeah, so the new Superpowers figures that came out. So now, and I think there'll be different ones in the line.
Yeah.
Payne going to D end. Payne's getting moved to D end.
Yeah.
Let it go.
Fairfax run a little wedge. A wedge up the middle.
It looks like W-Nell is all done being conservative, throwing these out. I think looks like W-Nell is going to start pushing the ball down the field and just start letting it go. I mean, I guess they're letting some haymakers go, right?
I like it. Look, Vienna's a different kind of team, man. I mean, Madison's a different kind of team. That's a tough defense. You're not going to be able to run the ball on those guys consistently, but you can probably. We talked about this. You can throw on them a little bit, maybe. So give it a shot. Give it a shot. See what they do here. But you can't bail right there completely. Another screen. Oh! I thought that screen was picked off. I thought that screen was going to be picked off there for a second, buddy.
I thought so too. And although that screen looked a little from last scrimmage, I'm curious if that was. Oh wait! They're walking. So this is about 4th and short, is my guess on this. Ooh. What do you know what down distance we have in the Braddock game?
Let's see here, Braddock. We're looking at. I don't have the down distance here. It's hard to see, but Coach Laguna on the call might be able to. Look us up.
Coach Laguna, Fairfax short. He says a short. Coach Laguna has had a 4th down. Oh, third. It's 3rd down coming up.
A couple teams to give credit to though. You brought up Oscar Smith. You brought up Colonial Forge. Not 6A teams, but how about Kettle Run?
Kettle Run. Okay, I know they're pretty good football team, right?
That's a really good football team. They won the region. Yeah. Got to give a little love to Kettle Run. Briar Woods.
Ooh, what is that? It's a 1st down.
Did I see that Briar Woods? I think won yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Maybe I am wrong. I could easily be wrong.
Where's Briar Woods at?
That's up towards that's Loudon. That's the greater Loudon area. I had the Briar Woods game. Let's see here. Name some of these teams from yesterday that played.
Oh, look at that. W&L driving. W&L may take a 14-7 lead at the half. They're more than football.
Yeah. Briar Woods beat Riverbend.
Okay. Where is Riverbend?
Riverbend, right up the river.
Right near the bend?
Where it bends. I mean, I'm assuming it's out that way, right? It's Loudon. Loudon's so big and Loudon extends, but I don't really know exactly where Riverbend is.
W&L is driving. I may be eating my words. They may take a 14-7 lead in the half.
Yeah. I think we're both gonna be eating our words. Little fake. Oh, He's got him. Oh, look at that little fake, little screen and go.
Got him on again. Second time in a row they got him on that.
I'll tell you what. W&L up 14-7. Everybody's sleeping on it. Everybody was sleeping on him. Not me. No. I predict them to win. I did criticize their competition. I did
20 minutes ago. you were not saying that.
But go to yesterday's show. I said that you took Madison, so I took them in the upset.
You did.
I took them in the upset. I wasn't thrilled with their level of competition. Okay. But I still predicted them to win. Both could be possible.
They both could be possible. Briar Woods is in Ashburn, close to the famous Rock Ridge. So Briar Ridge.
I knew they were in Loudon, but where's Riverbend? That's what I was trying to figure out. I knew they were in Loudon. I didn't know where Riverbend was.
lot of Loudon teams, huh? When their region.
Well, and we'll say this: your friendly neighborhood podcasters might be interested in covering a little Loudon football next year, huh?
We would be. We're gonna need some help. We're definitely gonna need some help.
We will need some help.
Yeah.
I got people writing me right now saying WNL is going to win this game by 2 scores plus. Madison hasn't seen an offense like this. Now, you can make the argument the other way. Outside of early or scrimmages, right? I'm not talking about scrimmage. I'm talking about real life. So outside of the scrimmage, who was the best passing attack they saw?
I mean, Braddock, right?
Braddock, who's pounding the ball right now down Fairfax's throat. A Braddock team with Suris at quarterback, who is more of a running team.
Now,
Westfield.
I will say this:
they have not seen a passing team like this Bobby Ludwig Amerson team. Coach Barry Thompson helping out.
I will say this in my defense. I did say it was going to take WNL a minute to adjust, and it looks like they have. Early on, it did not look like. Early on, it looked like they were a little shell shocked.
Yeah.
But they have adjusted.
I got people writing me, and they're saying, "Well, look out for this." Look, WNL, if they pull this out, mea culpas all around. Keep playing national teams. You know what? Go play some 4A teams next year if it works. If it works for you, you find any opponent you can. Who cares? Go play homeschool teams.
Now I will say this. Because I did pick Madison. Madison's football staff and these kids have been in these big time situations before, right?
They have. That's true.
Right. 14, so I mean,
14-7 lead against Madison at halftime.
Yeah.
Small potatoes.
Well, I mean, Westfield, right? Westfield had them down, didn't they?
Westfield had them down. Yeah.
Westfield had them down.
They've been through wars. They've been through
wars. Madison not panicking, right?
Oh, got him deep.
Oh, bye-bye.
Look at that. Right, you said it right on cue. That touchdown? Yeah. Touchdown. Yes, right on cue. We got a ball game, folks. We got a ball game in Vienna.
It is what was I gonna say? The Departed, right? Good old Leo DiCaprio. Look at my hand, right? Doesn't shake.
Yeah, no, it's
Murad back to pass. Oh, what a pass. What a pass by Murad.
That's big. They need Murad to step up. We said that
big time. Yes, they did.
What worries me about this Madison game, WNL game, is that if Madison gets the deep ball going like that, oh, look at Madison going for 2. Oh, they got it easy. They had no one out there. WNL just fell asleep at the wheel. Oh, he dropped it.
He dropped it?
No. Wow.
Oh.
Got a little too fancy. It was open.
Is that touchdown Fairfax? Touchdown Fairfax. Touchdown.
Wow. Who scored? Who scored over Fairfax?
A pass. Murad play action. I mean, Braddock is playing heavy against the run, right? I mean, they're going to make Murad beat him. They're going to make Murad beat him.
Murad showing he's game. Do you see who caught the pass? Was it our guy? Morris?
I didn't see it.
He's the speedy guy on the team.
Yeah. We got a Coach Van Acker coming up. Are we?
I guess so. Maybe Coach Van Acker's internet is not working very well. Maybe I'm not sure. Coach Van Acker's, the man. He's a meatball sub kind of guy. He's probably eating a meatball sub right now, watching the games.
I don't know, or maybe not. Maybe Coach Van Acker's had, maybe he's eating some fruit and vegetables. Maybe he's eating some of that.
Come on, why? He's a football guy. He's a meatballs kind of sub guy, man. He's gonna go to Celebrity Deli and get a meatball sub.
All right, can Madison's defense now make a play? Because WNL's offense has had the way with them. Now, I'm curious what the adjustment's going to look like for Madison, right? So, 2 drives in a row now. They've kind of given some big plays.
Yeah.
What does this adjustment look like for Madison?
Man, I think if Madison keep doing what you're doing, that's a great defense. Keep doing what you're doing.
Now, I haven't seen them get to the quarterback though. Like the quarterback's been getting rid of the ball pretty well. I because I'm jumping back between both the games. I haven't seen every snap, but I feel like I haven't seen him go down yet. You know, you've got although they've got pressure on him, he hasn't gone down. I think you have to try to get a sack on him to try to make him a little more uncomfortable, right? No longer empty. Really interesting is they had a lot of success being an empty. They've now gone back to your traditional.
They have.
2x2. I'm curious. You know, I don't know. I'm a big if it's not broke, don't fix it kind of guy. But that's just me.
Well, 3 minutes to go. Or no, a little less than 3 minutes to go now in the Fairfax game. They got. Well, I can't see the clock. It's got. I think it's 2 and change.
Wait, why are they lined up the way they are? Is this a punt?
No, Fairfax scored. Remember?
Oh, it's a kickoff. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
wow. Oh, it was a penalty.
How about Coach Taylor and some of his tricks? He tends to do some tricks here from the old Pinoni playbook. He might pull an onside kick.
From there, from there, you got a pair of cojones.
I don't think he's doing that, but I'm trying to keep everyone on pins and needles here. He's definitely not doing that. Kind of.
Kick.
Oh God, that's not good. That's not good.
Is he gone?
Good. No, they got him, but oh my God, right back to you know what? The onside kick would have been a better move. That's where they brought it back to.
Yeah.
Holy smokes. WNL. Oh, Abramson, a little 5-yard pickup in the slide.
Well,
kind of recap where we're at right now. We got a
Baravino. Another Baravino.
We got a 14 game at Madison with WNL up by 1 point.
What was
2 minutes to go in the half, and then we got at Lake Braddock and Fairfax. We got a 21-14 game. Lake Braddock up almost halftime. So that's kind of where we are right now.
Barbarino from Braddock, not to be confused with Vinny Barbarino from Welcome Back Carter.
Yeah, up your nose, the rubber hose, Coach Mesa. That's what you get. Abramson here. See what he got here.
Yeah, it's a big down right here. I believe it's third down.
2nd and 7. Oh, it's going deep again. Going deep again. No way. He wanted the PI call. He's not going to get it.
Not going to get it. This is not the NFL. The NFL, he'd have got that call.
No, they're not going to do that.
Or if it had been the Kansas City Chiefs.
31-14. Randolph Macon's running away with this one. Damn.
So the season will end for the WJ. What are they? WJ what?
The presidents.
Oh, big catch. Now, if you're Braddock, you want to get back to that 2-score lead, right?
Yeah. I mean, Brad's going to try and get the ball back fast. They actually could score this one quick here.
Now Madison's going to get the ball back at minute 52. I'm curious what they're going to do. Are they going to try to score? Are they going to a little mesh concept?
Oh, fake punt. Oh, no, not fake punt. They were going to fake it. I kind of like that. And then they decided to kick it.
They faked the fake punt.
They faked the fake. I kind of like the fake of the fake. That's a goocher.
All right, Madison, minute 42. What are they going to do? What does Coach Shields, right? Coach Shields, why am I doubting it's Coach Shields at Madison?
Not Coach Shields. Coach Shields is at Central.
It's Central.
Coach Counts.
What's he got? All right, here we go. Big drive here. They're in the gun. They run a lot of motion out of there. Yeah. Ooh, reverse.
A reverse to nicely.
Oh, he's got a lot of room.
Got me feeling nicely.
Oh
my God.
Oh,
wow. Wow. Is there a flag on the play?
They said they stepped out?
Or is that coming back? Their referees are taking a long trek. Referees are walking back a long way.
They're all walking back.
Oh, my God. You got me feeling nicely.
Yeah, but they're not feeling too nicely about this. What do we got here? What's the call? What's the call on the play? Holding.
I mean, what a freaking run by Nicely. Holy smokes.
But in this game, I'd imagine you had to start having to give him some touches, right? He needs to start touching the football a lot.
God. Looking like freaking the Kansas Comet. Did he just commit again somewhere else?
I don't know.
I saw he
JMU.
I want to say JMU for some reason. Maybe I'm wrong. He decommitted. I saw that from
Coastal.
From
Coastal Carolina.
Right? I thought I saw a couple other things. JMU would be kind of fun nearby. Man, what is
Jack
it?
on the scramble.
First in a mile, dude. Holy smokes.
Well, I mean, the hold was deep.
Yeah, it was deep. Was that even a designed?
I think we got a fumble. Fairfax takes over.
Oh man, that's big for them because Braddock was probably was going to score. Let's be honest, the way they moved the ball, that's big. 21-14.
21-14.
Yeah, I mean, Fairfax. Now, what do you do now with Fairfax? You got. Now
I can't tell.
I think it looks like 50 seconds left. If I'm not
153. It says 153. Coach Lagoon say 153.
It's 153. Okay. Wow. Well, I mean, you got time. Murad's getting hot. Don't run from success if it's working. They're shutting down the run game, though.
Yeah, they're
doing a good job on the run.
Yeah, I think so. I think so too.
Well,
I mean, that's what they're overcoming the run. That's how they've been getting guys open downfield.
Right. Yeah. No, they're going to force. We said it. You force Murad to beat you, and will he? And right now, Murad, you could argue, is keeping him in the game.
A little double wing. Oh no, that's down the double wing. Looks like belly.
Yeah. I mean, now you're looking at third and medium. I just obvious passing down. Trent Payne's pinning his ears back right now.
Yeah. I'm curious what Madison's going to do. They got a first and forever.
First and forever with a minute 20 to go.
Oh no, they're emptying out the backfield.
You got to kill clock. I'm a fan of killing clock if you're Madison. Just get out of here.
Yates on the scramble.
Yeah, just get out. Get out of the half. Get out of the half.
I mean, you're down, man. I mean, you got to try
down one point in the second quarter. What do you mean you're down?
Yeah.
And they're going hurry up. Well, they must think they can score against that WNL defense.
I think so too.
They're throwing a lot, and I'm surprised they're throwing this much. I mean,
first down.
No, it's short.
No, not first down. Oh no, that's right because it was third and forever. Or second and forever. Now this is third down.
No timeout here. They're gonna clock's running.
Yeah.
Let's see what they do here on third and medium.
This is a big down.
They got the first.
Oh, nice little broken tackle. And now, we got a hold. It looks like I bet it's a hold.
Another hold. And Fairfax is going to run the ball. Oh, first down by Fairfax, and he gets out of bounds. Now they'll throw it.
No, we got a hold on Madison.
Talk about Fairfax.
I'm watching Madison. I feel like
Fairfax got the first down. 21-14. They are driving with what did we say, about a minute or so left in the half. I think you wanted to see if you could get that first down. They got the first down. Now you want to throw it a little bit. Let's see what Murad does here.
Yeah. 1:16 left.
Another run. I mean, you're at midfield almost. I don't know. Is the clock run? The clock's still running. I feel like it's kind of,
well,
I can't tell how many timeouts they have. I kind of want to see Fairfax throw the ball here. I felt like you got the first down. You're almost at midfield. Take a shot.
WNL's getting the ball back. WNL's getting the ball back with 17 seconds left to go. So unless something funny happens, we're gonna
toss another toss play. Now you just got to go into the half, man.
That's what they're planning on doing. I mean, you don't call that play if you're trying to.
Yeah, you get all the way to midfield though. It's like, come on now.
Well, I mean, one score game, and I think they get the ball back at the half. I think they get the ball back at the half, so they have that going on.
Now they throw it. It's risky. Now they throw it, and they cross midfield. I think he's about a yard short, a half yard short. If you're going to throw it there, though, then they should have thrown it earlier. Yeah. That means they weren't conceding. Oh, they give him the first? Wow. He was blatantly short.
Lake practice ball. It's Paul starts second.
It's the first down. What are you talking about?
Oh no, I'm saying that Lake Braddock gets the ball to start the second half.
Oh yeah. But right now it's that they've crossed midfield.
Yeah. All right. So looks like we're going to be a 14-13 game at the half with WNL Madison. Now I'm curious in the second half what the adjustments are going to be in the second half. 9 seconds left. Oh, he called a timeout with 9 seconds. So I mean, he's just going to run the football, right? With 9 seconds left to go, what do you think? You think he's going to run it?
Oh, you talking about Fairfax?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's the whole thing's mismanaged. I mean, with 9 seconds to go, I mean, now you're going to take some shots, I guess, but they should have been throwing the ball earlier. You hand the ball off and get out of here. He's going to throw it.
No. Oh, the double pass.
Yeah, that's done. Everyone sees that coming from a mile away. They just get out of here right now. So good old VA with just responded to me and said he sent us the wrong contact info.
What do you mean the wrong? Don't you send him a link?
Yeah, I sent him a link. I got to send it somewhere though.
How many emails does he have? Jeez.
I don't know. He's got his spam emails, I guess, but he sent us the wrong one.
Let's see.
So I just
little toss. Oh, you got to be kidding me! Oh, I thought he was going to score on that. Well, hopefully, we get Coach Van Acker on here to. We can get his opinions on the first halves.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what. If anyone knows playing against Coach Taylor and Coach Doc, it is it's a great guy to have on the show. Give us a little halftime.
Has he played Madison and Coach Counts? Has he played them before? Does he know them at all?
I want to say no. Top of my head, I want to say no. And then in WNL, I want to say no there as well. But in terms of this, I mean, if anyone knows the Patriot, it's Van Acker. Now, hoping to get Coach Richards on in a little bit. And if anyone knows Madison and WNL, it's Coach So you can't find this stuff listening to your NFHS feed. You can't find this stuff. This is only here, folks. You want the good stuff. You got to come here. Okay.
Yeah. Our live count right now 163. Is that 163?
Yeah, and they're getting a deal. They're getting their money's worth right there.
Yeah.
Last I checked, that was free.
I don't know. Some people at our work think that it's not free. That our stuff is not free.
That's true. People think if you there he is. Look at this. Look at this. Folks, we are joined by none other than Coach Van Acker, the head coach of your C.D. Hilton Bulldogs. Welcome aboard, Coach.
Welcome, fellas. Welcome. Thank you for letting me come on and talk some ball with you guys.
Of course,
what's up, VA?
man.
I feel like I haven't seen you in like years.
I know. I'm trying to figure you out with the no facial hair kind of thing going on right now. I got plus.
Well, we're excited to have you on. I was just saying, Coach, nobody knows these two teams in the region final over here in Region C like you do, buddy. You played against Doc and Coach Taylor many times.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of contests between us and those guys. Two very good coaches, two very well coached football programs. And so it's a battle, no doubt.
Let me ask you, what are you thinking? What are you thinking so far? What's your kind of synopsis of how second half's going to go?
Well, I mean, Doc, just going to have to open it up a little bit more, I think. But I mean, overall, it's a good game. I've been watching a lot of the Madison-Washington Liberty game too.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think of that one so far? I mean, I'm a little surprised. I picked Madison to win by double digits. I know I was a little surprised. I mean, but Madison doesn't play a very high powered game, right? I mean, for the most part, they kind of just plod along. I mean,
yeah.
Right.
I'm surprised by the Washington Lee's passing attack. I mean, I've come across them many times during 7-on-7, but they've done some great things this game.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we were wondering that. I'm glad you said that because Dan asked me how many times you've played against Counts or Shapiro, and I said, to my knowledge, 0.
Yeah, so back in the day when I was the head football coach over at Battlefield, we used to scrimmage Madison all the time.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And so I've gotten used to going up against Madison a lot. Then when I first took over at Woodson, we used to do it a little bit too. We used to go with them, but they're always tough, always well disciplined defense, lights out. And I'm looking at this Lake Braddock game right now, 21-14 right now. Good contest, and they're on the move right now.
Yeah, they look good. Hey, how was Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving was great. Thanksgiving was great. Good bird. Went over to my wife's cousin's house that played at Virginia Tech, and he dropped 2 birds down in the deep fryer. There's nothing like deep fried turkey, man.
Really? 2 of them?
2 of them. And,
That's good stuff.
We had a good time.
Stuff.
How are you feeling? You doing all right? I know sometimes the poultry can get to you sometimes, and the meat. You doing all right?
Today I'm doing well. Okay. Yesterday I was a little. The tryptophan got me a little bit. I was taking those naps. But I went to the Patriot Colonial Forge game yesterday, and that was a great game as well. So.
So I've only got to see Colonial Forge a couple times. Are they legit? I mean, what do you think?
Man, I mean, they made the right plays at the right time. A lot of times they had these big plays on like 3rd and forever, and they would hit a big play for a touchdown, and just they played to the final whistle. That's for sure. And I believe I talked to you about Coach Mangano's son. He was lighting it up as nose guard, number 55. Man, he was a terror.
Did you? I didn't get a chance to catch it last night. I was a little busy. Did you get a chance to? Have you seen Oscar Smith at all this year? Have you had a chance to take a look at him?
So last night was the first time I ever seen them this year. Yeah. But they look dynamic. They're dominant up front. I sent you guys that little screenshot of this power.
Oh yeah.
And I mean they had literally 10 offensive linemen. The smallest one might have been 6'3", 250, and then one scat back that was backing like shotgun, And I mean, I'm sitting there like, dude, I barely could field 5 offensive linemen. 10 out of that 11-man formation. So that was tough for them to stop.
Because that's who Colonial Forge gets in the next round, right? Is that the way it's matching up?
Yeah, I believe so. Because I think the winner of C and D play each other like the old way minus last year. So I think it'll be the winner of the 2 games that are playing right now, and then it's going to be Colonial Forge versus Oscar Smith.
Yeah.
Did you catch any Kettle Run? I saw they look pretty good, huh?
I didn't get to watch any of that. My wife's next door neighbor growing up is the new head football coach over at Gretna High School, a small 2A school outside of Lynchburg. And so we kind of went back and forth between the Oscar Smith game last night and the Gretna Glenvar game. And
then Briar Woods. Briar Woods is another one.
Yeah, Briar Woods. Coach Burnett, I've known him forever since I've been up here in Northern Virginia. I was talking to my wife about him the other day because we got a lot of good mutual friends in the coaching world. But, I mean, he took, Broad Run to region championships to state championships. Then he went over and started the Tuscarora program, took them to region championships, state championships, and now he's at Briar Woods winning region championships.
Wow.
I mean, that's a testament to his coaching and his program.
Wow. Yeah, that's impressive. I'm watching this Randolph-Macon game, VA. They're smashing Washington Jefferson right now.
Are they really?
Yeah.
Is that first round playoffs?
No, second round. They're ESPN. I didn't know ESPN's got all of them. They got all the D3 games.
Oh, they really?
Yeah, on ESPN Plus, they got all of them.
I was going to say, is that ESPN Ocho?
Yeah, just Plus. Yeah, well, Plus is probably A through Z if it's Plus.
Yeah.
But they got. I was impressed by how many of the games they had. Hopkins was up early. I was looking at some of these games, but man, they just ran the ball right down W&J's throats.
Did Aiden get to travel with the team?
He did. He's there right now. I saw him, took a picture of it, in our family group thread. I mean, he's got a clipboard standing next to Coach, but it was kind of cool, telling him that we could see him and stuff. You know how that goes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Hey, so I know you're a cook. Did you cook anything for the dinner, or or was your job just to eat?
No, I was.
That's a good job. That's a good job.
I was an eater. I deferred all the cooking to my beautiful wife, and she could cook. She made some chicken and broccoli casserole, some dirt cake as the dessert. Oh my god!
Dirt cake. What is dirt cake?
So it's like a vanilla Oreo cookie kind of combination. Just lots of sugar. Amazing.
Yeah.
Cool Whip and all that kind of stuff. And then she's also the fan favorite for making collard greens for the family.
Okay.
So she makes some dynamic collard greens as well. So we contributed, but I think we probably ate more than we contributed. But
when you got two boys, that's what you're supposed to do. When you got two boys, I mean,
what a great holiday though, right? I mean, you think about Thanksgiving holiday, right? Like John Madden had it right. I mean, it's eating, it's football, right? It's stains on your shirt. It's fun. It's taking naps.
Yeah.
Right. It's a man's holiday. It's a real man's holiday.
Oh yeah. No, I love Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is always one of my favorite holidays. I'm a big New Year's guy too for college football because all the bowl games. That was always special to me. I know Coach Mesa's a California guy, so the Rose Bowl, there's nothing like it.
There's nothing like the Rose Bowl.
The granddaddy of them all.
The granddaddy of them all.
It is the number one advertisement for California tourism, or like people moving to California. I think I've told you this before. They said you see the biggest amount of people come after the Rose Bowl because people are sitting in Iowa freezing their ass off. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but freezing, and they see the Rose Bowl and they see 65 and sunny in Pasadena, and they're like, "What am I doing shoveling snow out here?" I go there and be wearing shorts and a t-shirt all the way through. So,
so a funny story for you, Ax, and this is the story that I remember when Aiden was being recruited. I know you're a Rose Bowl guy, but when Aiden was being recruited to Washington Jefferson, they were in the Rose Bowl. They were way back when
the junior Rose Bowl.
No. They played Cal.
Oh, that's right. You told me this. Yeah, I remember this.
1922. They were a Division I team. This is back all those New England teams and teams up in the Northeast when a lot of them were Division I. They played in the 1922 Rose Bowl against Cal. They lost to the Golden Bears.
Oh, okay.
That's crazy. And even then, apparently, it was an improbable for them to make it that far.
Yeah.
Even then, it was a rare thing. Let alone, obviously, now it's crazy. But
I'm sure that was some good old single wing football back then.
Oh, man.
Oh, Coach Van Acker, the king of the single wing.
We're going to talk about that, but
I wouldn't say the king, but I love me some single wing football.
Oh, you do. You love it.
Does anybody in Northern Virginia run the single wing better than Coach Van Acker? I don't think so.
Yeah. There's a guy called Mickey Thompson that's pretty legit.
But active coaches.
Active coach, yeah.
I don't know. Is there too? There's not too many more that run the old single wing.
No,
at least not.
You got the guy at Manassas Parks. You got the new guy at Manassas Park. He's kind of a true blood single wing guy.
So if someone was looking to run the single wing, what's the first thing you would tell them that the most important thing they need to learn first off? You're like, okay, I want to put in the single wing. This is the number one thing you need to make sure that you have, that you're teaching, or the number one thing that they need to start off with. What is the foundation of the single wing?
Oh man, I think
great question.
We can play off of it in modern day football with the RPO. Now in single wing lingo, it's the run power often. That's what RPO means. Power. So that's the basis of everything. Just smash mouth. We're coming north-south. We're coming right after you. We're going to unbalance the line, and we'll see if you can match us up front.
So the single wing, I was only with you the 1 year, and I really get to see implement the whole thing. Are you always unbalanced, or are you jumping back and forth between balance and unbalanced? Like how do you usually run that stuff? Is it a shift? What's it look like?
It's for me. It's usually traditionally always unbalanced. You want to always put those two tackles next to each other, and that creates that kind of that wall to
Okay.
the strong side, and it forces teams to have to determine: are we going to shift to it? And then if you shift to it, then how are you going to play what is known as the nub side, which is the tight end,
Yeah.
single side? And so, usually that nub's facing towards 2/3 of a football field. There's a lot of green space out there. So how are you going to defend that with maybe one or two defenders?
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of spread principles that you find in the single wing.
Okay.
Numbers in the boxes, that kind of stuff.
I was curious what your opinion on the Madison in particular, but the WNL is the fact that Madison still runs two-back pro. You think are issues for a lot of teams when they have to see that, as opposed to when we all played. Everybody was in two-back pro, right? I mean, every now and then you might go three wide, but for the most part, that's all we saw. That's why we could play a 4-4 cover 3 till the freaking cows came home, right? Do you think what advantages Madison has the fact that they run stuff, which is really weird, the fact that is not common, that other people don't see a lot. You think that's an issue for people when you line up and just two-back pro?
Yeah, no, I always think that if you do something different than somebody else, that always creates problems. And in the case scenario with Madison and how they run their traditional like two-back pro sets, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot of fits. And a lot of times they'll go double tight too, which as a defensive guy, how do you contain a 7-man front?
Right.
That spreads your defense out a lot, and so it gives you a lot of fits. One thing that I've always been impressed with Madison, not only of how disciplined they are, because you very see them penalized, holdings and that kind of stuff. But they have the toss sweep, the powers toss.
Yeah. They run a lot.
That is just like they. If I was at a clinic, that's what I would want to see from James Madison, the power toss, because it's just lethal how they run it, and they're good at it.
All right, so you are Coach Counts. You go in the half, down 1. What are you telling your football team? What are you preaching to them coming out of the half?
Stay the course. Stay the course. They'll do just fine. Play their style of football, and get off the field 3rd down. That was one of the big things from the first half. Is they were giving up some first downs on like 3rd and long, 3rd and medium. Take care of that, and then just play their game. Don't try to do something that they're not used to doing. And come out second half. It's at home. You got 2 more quarters. Leave it all on the field.
Now, is your message any different if you're WNL and you're up 1 over Madison? Are you same kind of thing? Are you trying to just kind of keep their head on straight? Because I mean, you walk into a lead at the half, right? You're like, if everything stays the same, we are 24 minutes away from going to a state semifinal game. I mean, what are you telling a team that's on the verge of getting to a state semifinal for the first time in who knows how long?
Well, I mean, the big thing is, stay the course. We got a lot of football left to play. Down or up by 1 at halftime against Madison. 3-time state runner-up, 2-time state runner-up in the last couple of years. Like, you just got to play your game, and go 0-0. It's 0-0 ball game, and play the second half the way you played the first half, and see at the end of the game what the scoreboard says. But don't change anything. Just keep doing what you're doing, and because sometimes when you get a team that hasn't been there yet, that's where they get frustration. Frustration sets in, or they start doing things that they're not used to doing, that kind of stuff. And so just stay the course, do what you do, and play the second half.
Now, have you ever been in a scenario where you're like this, where you're the underdog team, you're up the half, and then you give up a score? Have you ever been in that situation? 'Cause I know you've been in a lot of big games before. But a game like that, where you're the underdog, you come in and you're doing well, and then maybe you get a score, you kind of give up the lead at all. I mean, have you ever been in that situation before?
Yeah, I mean, even when I was at Woodson in 2018, we were doing good, and then all of a sudden they scored and they took the lead, and then we returned the favor, took the lead, kicked a field goal with like what, a minute and 18 seconds left in the game
against Freedom.
Yeah, against
Dude,
Freedom.
that's just you even talking about that, man. It's just
Sorry,
it hurt. But I mean,
I know it hurts. I was with VA when that happened. I mean, I saw the kids loading up the bucket of ice.
Yeah, and so it was a rough one. But I mean, that's why you play 4 quarters and you have to play to the final whistle. You just can't take your foot off the gas. On either side of the ball. Because when you do, that's when you can get burnt. I mean, just even last night, Georgia Tech was up big time on Georgia at halftime.
Yeah,
and I felt like Georgia Tech played, the best game of football the first half, but then they came out second half and kind of coasted and kind of, we're going to do, this and that, and let Georgia come right on back up and beat them in 8th overtime.
Yeah.
It's one of those things that keep your foot on the gas pedal.
Well, it looks like we got kickoffs getting ready to go. It looks like Madison's getting ready to kick off right now. And Braddock.
Let me ask you this, VA. So we got 14-13 game, essentially tie. We split here. We split, man. I got Madison, or I got WNL. Sorry, Mason's got Madison. Give me something here. Play the great Zoltar. What's going to happen here in the second half?
Well, I felt like Madison. This is where Madison's experience kicks in. They've been in the big game. They're not fazed by being down by 1 at halftime. And so they're going to lean on their seniors. They're going to lean on their experience. They got a tremendous coaching staff. Both teams have tremendous coaching staffs. I give them. I always tell everybody, if you've gotten to this far in state playoffs, you got great coaching staffs and you got great kids. And then what happens the day of the game determines who moves on. But these are both very well coached teams and very well. They got a lot of skill on both sides.
And then how about Braddock? What do you see? I mean, right now, Coach Taylor down a score. What do you see happening in the second half there?
Yeah, I think from what I saw, which was minimal of the game, I felt like Doc was doing his normal game routine kind of stuff, but I think he'll open it up a little bit more second half, and usually that's when. He puts his foot on the gas pedal and goes, and I think that's what'll take him over the edge. I told you guys my Final Four, but I think Madison's going to come back and win this one in the second half, and then I think Lake Braddock's going to take that 7-point lead into halftime and then continue that for the remainder of the game as well.
So we got 2nd and 5 right now in the.
Look at that! No one. Look, I'll tell you what. Talking to Coach Thompson, talking to some of the WNL guys and guys who played against them. Maybe we'll get Coach Richards on here later. Nobody throws the ball in the middle of the field better than WNL. They attack the middle of the field. That's been part of the success over the last 2 years with different quarterbacks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Madison was doing a really good job covering the pass early on. It seemed like they're swarming pretty well. They're kind of cut off the lanes, but they've adjusted, right? They've adjusted to the speed and the ability of Madison's football team, and it seems like now they're trying to they're trying to calm down a little bit, right? I mean, you always think too in big games like this, I think we've all kind of coached in these big games before where
throw it away.
You're just trying to slow them down. You're trying to get the kids to kind of breathe because the emotion is so big, right? I mean, you're playing on a Saturday, you're playing to go to the state semifinal. For Madison, I don't want to say it's old hat, but I think for Madison, I think the pressure is you don't want to be the senior class that doesn't make it to the state tournament, right? And on WNL's side, the pressure of getting those kids to calm down is they're so close to getting to a spot that they haven't been in a very long time.
We got kickoff right now, second half underway here at Fairfax and Braddock.
Yeah.
What it looked like, one thing that Coach Thompson and Washington Lee are really good at, and right there, even there's another
again,
is the
big return again for Braddock.
Yeah, go ahead, VA.
Is the quick pass game.
Yeah,
because that's usually where Madison gets a lot of their strength is their defensive line pressure. And so if they could get the ball out of his hands as quick as possible, that kind of negates that defensive pressure from up front.
Yeah.
So
it looks like they found a little hole right there in kind of that seam curl area. They've hit it 2 times now. It's third down here, so we'll see. I mean, it's a big third down. Is this 4 down territory, VA? What do you think on that Madison game?
Man,
I mean,
on this side of the 50, are you 4 downs?
I'm a defensive guy. I think you got to play football and punt this thing away right here and pin them.
I mean, it's about 4th and what, 2.5?
Yeah, you see them sit on that screen. They found that screen.
Yeah,
they sat on that thing.
That's another thing that I once again, that discipline of the defensive unit of Madison. They don't get fooled by screens and letting you through the line. They sniff that out real quick. Good
old retrace.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. They're going for this. This.
Yeah, or at least maybe going to act like they're going for it. Let's see what they do here.
They got an empty. I don't know. I think they're going for this. I think they're going to go for it.
A little bit of quarterback draw right here.
Oh man.
That might have got tipped. That might have got tipped.
Look at it did get deflected.
You know what though? I think sometimes and I don't know what you guys will think. I think sometimes you got to make those ballsy calls in this kind of game, right? Every now and then you gotta I have a term, but you got to kind of lay it out in the field, right?
They have faith in their defense. They got a good defense. The D is the unsung hero for W now. We've talked that no one's talked about their defense at all, and their defense has been pretty dominant all year. What'd you say, Mason? 18 points is the most they've allowed all year.
I don't know about you guys, man, but I feed nicely right now.
Yeah.
Well, they had a really nice little fullback kind of like trap, which is also what they're really well known for.
Was that the one the kids scored on?
Yeah, that might have been the first score that Madison had.
Yeah.
I mean, they are always well coached up front, and they're always big. I mean, look at these dudes. These jokers are huge.
Yeah.
Fairfax just jumped. Was that second down? They just jumped on second down, man.
Yeah, 3rd and 1. No, it's 3rd down. I got it was 3rd and 1.
Oh man.
3rd and 1.
Why don't I have that live?
You got to go to YouTube.
YouTube, huh?
Oh, there you go, VA.
Bye. Oh, did he catch him? He hawk him?
Yeah, right up the gut, though. Right up the gut.
Right up the gut. And I think this is kind of VA's point. Like this is where Madison doesn't shake, right? This is where they don't. Down 1, not a big deal.
Well, I don't know if you heard what we were saying, VA. We were talking about. I don't know if you've seen it. I don't know if you caught our show yesterday, but we did you see WNL's 4 non-conference games?
No, I didn't.
Mason, why don't you break those 4 games down for them?
They were 4 national teams. I think it was Annandale, Lewis, Falls Church, and Justice. So actually, you brought that. I'm glad you brought that up because I was going to ask you that. VA, how important do you think it is to have a tougher non-district schedule if you think you're going to try to make a run?
Well, I think it's very important.
I think a big part of that, though, VA, I don't know if you'll agree, a big part of that is the fact that if you're in, and I'm not dogging Liberty. Liberty's come around. It's a pretty strong district now. But
touchdown.
Touchdown. It's not Concord. It's not Patriot. If you're in Liberty or National, for instance, you better have a decent non-conference schedule if you're making a run.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a catch-22. Like when you're scheduling, which we have already talked about the scheduling issues of, Fairfax County and Northern Virginia in general, that kind of stuff. But if you're a well-versed team with a lot of returners and that kind of stuff, and you're planning on making a big push, you want to test your kids out early and against some good football teams.
Right.
And a lot of times, even if you lose to those good football teams like Lake Braddock, they lost to Madison and maybe Stonebridge early in the season.
Yeah.
That's only going to produce and help your kids for this time period. when you're going to be facing that.
Or
those
Westfield, wasn't it? It was Westfield.
Westfield, yeah.
Westfield.
So I mean, like, you're either in that boat or you're the guy that's trying to get hunted, and you want to go show, hey, we can take anybody you want.
Yeah.
You know, and then if you're a down and out team and you're not having a lot of success, then you might want to go get that schedule where you're competitive those first 4 games of the season just to get your kids some confidence.
All right, we got a timeout Fairfax in the field on a 3rd and 2. I mean, this is a big drive, right? I mean, you can get yourself back up 2 scores in the second half. I mean, this is huge. This is huge. This will be huge for Braddock to come out, kind of get yourself some distance, because you want to have some equity, right, to play with. So that way you can be a little more aggressive. You can do things. So, I mean, on the other side, W&L now goes from being up 1 now to being down, and now they have to score. They're back in a position now where they have to try to get back on the board, right? Which is big, I think.
Well, here's where one of those situations come up. You know, here's a team that hasn't had a lot of success, not a lot of experience right here. You're only down by 6. You know, it's still early in the 3rd quarter. You don't want to come out here guns blazing and throw like a pick or have a turnover right here.
Right.
And then it goes to, you know, the other way. Just keep doing what you're doing, you know.
I was trying to refresh my memory. Who did and I said earlier, but I was wrong. Who did WNL get knocked out of the playoffs by last year?
Westfield?
What was it? It was Westfield.
Herndon, wasn't it?
No, Herndon took out.
Who did? Oh, South Lakes lost to Yorktown.
That was the Yorktown game, and then Yorktown played Madison. So you're right, it was Westfield WNL. Yeah. Well, so there you go. To my point from earlier, because that means they must have played. The question would be who they played in the first round. That would be that's the real question, because that means they beat someone in the first round. I want to know who that was. Obviously not a world beater, and then they lose to Westfield. A year later, they played nobody in Concord. They played nobody in Patriot, and then here they are playing a Concord team. Here we are all over again.
Right. Yeah, their two playoff wins were against 2 Liberty teams, right?
There you go. If that's the case, there you go.
Big run by Lake Braddock right there. I'll tell you what, they got a 1-2 punch at running back. There's not a whole lot of programs that have that 1-2 punch that they have. They got
you're talking about Braddock?
The Thunder and Lightning group, you know.
Yeah, great kids too. You got the big guy. You got Bordeaux, and then you got who runs like that. We've been calling him the runaway wine truck all year. And then you got Peyton Holmes, looking like Priest Holmes.
Yep.
Last year, Peyton Holmes, first and goal. Last year, WNO lost in the first round. They lost in the first round.
That's what I'm talking about. Turnover, interception. Did they wave it off?
No, I called it incomplete.
Who they play in the first round last year? My memory.
Westfield. They lost to Westfield in the first round.
So it was Westfield. It was in the first round.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So there you go. More.
So then Westfield beat Herndon in the second round. Was that what it was?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Madison beat Coach Richard's on with us right now. He's in the chat.
Hey, there he is. Hey, you got to get in this conversation, buddy. I mean, and especially
touchdown.
I'll send you the link, guys. Text me the email and I'll send it to you. But you got Coach VA, who's played against many times Coach Taylor and Coach Doc. And then, I know Josh has the last few years been coordinating against
WNL Madison,
both Madison and WNL. So I'd like to get that perspective on the other side.
Peyton Holmes touchdown.
Hey, we met that young man the other day. Great kid, great family.
That's a good kid.
In the parking lot. Yeah, good family.
He used to play with Caleb in the Grizzlies organization back before he moved.
Oh, right.
Did you really?
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So did you meet him before? Have you met him? You got a chance to meet him before?
Yeah, back when he was really young, like when Caleb was playing youth league.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
for the Grizzlies.
Great
kid, great family.
Acker household.
What's that?
VA.
Yeah.
Who does for the Van Acker household?
I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. Who does what?
Who does the Christmas shopping in the Van Acker household for the boys?
Mama Bear.
Don't feel bad. I gave the same answer when he asked me that.
We usually go. We I'd kind of go with the kids. Santa Claus has got red beard and kind of losing his hair a little bit. And so we go to the mall. We hit up the mall. We go online shopping, that kind of stuff. But most of it's Mama Bear.
But I'll say what, VA, I go rogue sometimes. I'll just buy some fun stuff that I like and I think they would like too.
Wow, Madison is
Madison.
He just hurdled. He just hurdled the guy.
Yeah. No, the Christmas shopping is pretty much Mama Bear. But we one thing that we're starting to get into is more the memories instead of the physical gifts. So we're planning on after Christmas taking the kids to New York City.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They've never been up to New York City for Christmas time. See the big.
That's
screen,
a good one.
That kind of stuff.
That is a good one. We did that last year, VA. And I loved every second of it.
Touchdown.
Which game?
Madison. Quarterback keeper.
Got Braddock on.
Yep. Touchdown quarterback keeper off of inside zone look.
Now if you're the pressure's on. Yeah. Now you're really feeling it now, right?
Yeah. Because you're going down 2 scores with 4 minutes left in the third quarter. I think that might have been their first drive. So think about how much film or how much time got ate up right there. They only had one offensive drive in the second half.
Right.
Wow.
And now you got to start pressing, right? Now those deep shots aren't going to be open because now Madison's going to make you earn it. They're going to make you keep that stuff underneath and make you earn it down the field. Because now time is their friend. First and 20 for Fairfax.
I mean, we got some problems over here because if Fairfax can't do anything here, it might be game, set, match.
There's a 2-point conversion right there.
Oh, man.
Again?
What a run. He's running his tail off today, talking about the Maltese Falcon. No, Maltese over at Fairfax. He just had a 40-yard run to get him out of the they were right in the end zone.
Well, I mean, Fairfax, we were talking about Braddock's, running backs. Fairfax has got stable running backs, too.
They do.
Bowman, Maltese, right? I mean, and Ethan Lynch still is not playing. I mean, there's 3 right there that would probably start from most teams. Yep. 3 guys right there, right?
That's a good call. And Lynch will be back next year, better than ever.
Yeah. You're out of the region and out of the county. You kind of lose track of everything in like one quick year. Like, who are these guys? I don't even remember these guys.
Hey, yeah. So I'm curious. I was a big fan, and you got to play against him. And Troy Hamlin ended up being the offensive player of the year in your district. Is he legit? I mean, is he the real deal?
Oh, 100%. As a matter of fact, I'm the one that nominated him.
Are you really?
Yeah, because I was waiting for their coach to nominate him, and I don't know if it was kind of like I don't want to nominate my own guy kind of thing, but I was like, I'll nominate him because he, in my opinion, was the best offensive player in our district. And
really,
I feel like, I'm a little old school when I go to those things. I feel like the teams that deserve it should get the nods, and if a kid has dynamic stats to earn them a first teamer, then I'll give it to them. But I mean, I'm a traditionalist. I think that if you're the best team in the district, you won the district, you should have at least one of those players of the year. And so Woodbridge was really putting forth their defensive back. That was the first team defense player of the year.
Okay.
So I was like, well, I mean, Garfield had a great year, and their best player on offense was the quarterback. Everything runs through him.
Yeah.
So he's legit. Now, was he a senior? Because me and my son were battling out. I think he's
he's a junior. He's a junior.
That's what I thought.
But Herman Jackson was a senior. A lot of the players over there were seniors, though. A lot of the good
there was a definitely a senior dominated team. Both Woodbridge and Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because Woodbridge had the receiver Massaquoi. He was pretty good.
Yep. And they got that sophomore quarterback that's legit too.
Yeah, they really.
Yep, he's really good.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you. I gotta ask you this because
I think I was gonna ask the same question, but I'll go ahead and go.
I'm looking at my timeline, and I'm seeing a lot of people talking about how good Oscar Smith looked. People who are watching these two games right now, and they're saying, "I don't know. What do you think?" Let's project now down the road. What do you think?
Man,
I mean, there are people on my timeline right now that are saying it's a wrap. That's all she wrote. I've seen enough. Oscar Smith's going to run through him. I don't think so, but I'm curious what you think.
I'm one of those guys that you gotta play every single snap, every single game. You know, nothing's going to be handed to you. Now, what I saw of Oscar Smith, I was very impressed with him last night. You know, when you're playing Highland Springs, and they were pretty much dominating Highland Springs, and that doesn't happen very often at all. That kind of, got my eyes open about the Oscar Smith Tigers. On this side, Madison's probably the top dog. They got the most experience, that kind of stuff. But I mean, Lake Braddock looks phenomenal. I got to see them the other day which was odd. They're playing 3 games in 10 days or something.
Yeah.
You got to tip your hat to them and those kids, because that's not easy in itself.
Yeah, right. I mean, you've been coaching a long time. Can you imagine having to play a game on Tuesday and then play a game on Saturday, the region final game, and having a game plan for that?
So I've only had right? There's a big pick right there for Madison. This might be a pick 6. Yep, he's walking in. That's the dagger, I think.
Yeah,
it's the dagger. Pick 6.
I mean, you don't want to call third quarter. I mean, but I see what you're saying. Like, Madison is now rolling, right?
Yeah.
Well, Fairfax is driving. Maybe I want to switch over then.
I'm watching that one too. I got
Fairfax. They're driving right now. I mean, hey, you got it. Here goes the Maltese Falcon again. I mean,
although this is 4 down territory all the way through, right? If you're Fairfax, this is 4 down territory the whole way through, right?
For sure. I think that's all she wrote in Vienna.
Yeah. Well,
now, granted, that WNL offense has been prolific all year.
WNL has to score in their next drive. I'll call it right now. WNL has to score in their next drive. They can't go into the fourth quarter trailing 21.
I think that's fair.
Oh, big loss. Run for a loss. That's huge on that one. All right.
Well, I mean, big drive here for Fairfax coming down. Now you got to throw the ball though. That's the one thing they've kind of struggled. And I we'll say this: they've struggled really a consistent passing attack now for a few years. Even when they had Rojas.
Oh, they're going to kick the field goal. I don't know about this.
They are kicking the field goal.
They
made it.
I mean,
I don't know about there. Well, I don't know. What was the down and distance? We know 4th and 6.
I think it was 4th and 6.
But
maybe it's still too early to chase points. Maybe.
I mean, it makes it a 10-point game. It's 27-17. It's not terrible.
But it's still a 2-score game, right? I mean, that means you need 2 possessions or for every time.
Your D's got to shut somebody down.
Fumble.
Oh, you got to be kidding me. Good night.
Fumble on the kickoff return, Washington.
Oh yeah, they're putting the ice in the Gatorade bucket right now, BA.
That was the dagger.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
now the dagger's coming right now. That was the start of the dagger. The dagger's get about 3 minutes
on that fumble, because now kids are like, I got to make a play, right?
Yeah,
I got to make a play, and yeah.
Well, we talked about it. Cold weather.
Oh, onside kick. Did Fairfax recover this?
They might have gotten it. Trey's he dipped into the Panoni bag of tricks there.
No, the kids aren't losing their mind right now.
I'll give him a second. The referee's peeling them off. No, Brad got it.
Ooh.
I will give Coach Laguna credit. Coach Laguna credit called the Trey onside before it happened.
Yeah, look at that. Well, that's why he's Mortimer. He's John Clayton.
I mean, I think we've all coached against him. I'm surprised we didn't call that.
I switched over to see the Madison, but yeah, you're right. I mean, at some point, now the referees are talking about it now. A little conversation. those are the kind of conversation I saw in Arrowhead yesterday.
Well, whoever
with
came up with
Mahomes
it,
and the referees.
Those aren't the ones that I like. Whenever you have a group of zebras sitting around talking, that usually is not good.
Now, I must say, these guys do a great job. They've done a great job all day. These guys listen to the show. They listen to the show, and we're going to try and get one of the head of officials. We talked to him the other day.
The head official said he wants to be on the show.
Touchdown, Madison.
That's the nail.
That's the butter right there. Unfortunately. But you got to give it to Washington Liberty, man. Great season.
But I think again,
they're going deep. They're going deep. Oh man, nice throw and catch.
I think again, this goes to our point. You got to play some tough opponents, right? I mean, this is. I think this now goes a point like playing teams that are not at this caliber during the season. It doesn't. They got caught with 12 in the field. Oh, well, Braddock is going lightning speed, huh?
Well, I mean that's typical Doc, right? He's trying to wear down the defense, and if you got an opponent that a lot of their defense also plays offense, you tire them out, and then eventually they make a mistake, and that causes 6. You know.
Someone on Twitter, Dash wants to know when you're getting your crow ready.
Which crow for what? For what?
For the WNL game. That's what someone on Twitter said.
I said that WNL did not play any tough opponents, and that was going to be detrimental to this game. Now, that being said, I knew I was taking the underdog. I'm kidding.
You did.
I knew I was taking the underdog. I knew there was a chance. But what hell of a season. Take your hat off to him, man. I mean, we got another quarter left, but take your hat off to him. Bobby Ludwig, the Mike Marks of Nova calling the offense. Abramson, Barry Thompson, they had a hell of a season. Hell of a season.
Although, what a third quarter performance by Madison. They put up 20
again.
They're not even done with the quarter yet.
No, they fumbled again. They did. Oh
no, did they?
Waving it off?
Oh no, they waved it off. I was like, oh
okay. Yeah, they're waving it off. Wow. So give credit now. Look, I'm old enough to remember a guy named Frank Reich. All right, Frank Reich came in, my friend. Frank Reich, they were down.
Which time? At Maryland or at
Buffalo?
Right.
Buffalo?
I'm referring to I'm referring to the Buffalo Bill, Frank Reich. But yeah. So look, we never know. If anyone can do it, it's Bobby Ludwig in this offense here at WNL. They got a whole quarter of action to go, my friend.
All right, so let's go, VA. You've been a head coach for a long time. What are you telling your team now after giving up 28 straight points in the third quarter? What are you?
Man, just stop the bleeding. Stop the bleeding. Yeah. Just do what you're coached to do. Trust the process. Now, are you gonna take shots? Or are you gonna try to at least get a touchdown in the third and then wait for the fourth quarter to start? I'm trying to do whatever they're giving me, and try to maybe get a score before the fourth, and then kind of use that momentum. Because it's still a lot of game left to play, but unfortunately they're just going in backwards.
Yeah. Meanwhile, you got Braddock who's trying to get. Do we have? Do we get a time check on that, Coach Laguna? Can you give me the time check on? We were at 3:09 a little while ago.
Braddock running hard. Look, Braddock's running physical. They're running real hard. Now we're gonna.
That was Peyton Holmes, and man, that kid is tough.
Yeah, he told us he's a wrestler. He's a track kid. Does it all.
Hey.
Well. Look at this. We are welcomed by. We were just talking Bobby Ludwig, so we're going to talk the other guru on the other side of the ball. Herndon's DC, Coach Richards. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, we can't hear you. I think you muted your mic.
Yeah, just unmute that bad boy.
Same thing.
Josh, you're muted.
Now your camera's off.
Now my camera. Oh my gosh.
There you go. You're good now.
There you go.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. Buddy. We're good. How's everyone doing?
Doing good.
Man.
What's up, VA?
Man?
What up, Coach?
How's everything? So, yeah, I was listening in while you guys were talking. A lot of ball and everything. I think that you're spot on. We're talking about the Liberty and WNL and some of their challenges and going against Madison and what that's going to look like. And it's tough being on the defensive side of things because they both have strengths and you have to play into both of those strengths. But Madison is one of those teams that, they're going to beat you up front. They are big. BA said it earlier. They're big. But WNL, they're not small either. They're a pretty big team. So I thought that they would, last a little bit longer, but it seems like they're fading out right now.
Yeah. I wanted to ask you because you had a lot of success against that WNL offense.
Yeah. A lot of it is game plan. For them, they're not going to make mistakes, and we know that they're not going to make mistakes. They like that ball in and out, so it's kind of like a one Mississippi 2. The ball's gone, so you're not really going to put pressure on the quarterback, and we knew that. We did pick one off with one of those little screens that Madison defended earlier.
Yep.
And our defensive lineman had a pick 6 that way because that's all we did was practice that all week. But then, on the flip side, when you are on the Madison side of things, Madison likes pressure. They live by pressure. They always have 2 backers in the box. They're going to expand that way. They're just looking to just peel back and hit you in the mouth and make you make a mistake. So a lot of that middle game that you see that WNL has with the crossing routes, because they like that 10-yard and in, a lot of those things aren't working for them, but it seems like the empty is working, to spread Madison out of something that they don't want to do. They don't want to be an empty. They'd rather just come downhill and hit you. So it's interesting just watching, this game and seeing how it's unfolding.
So those two teams are kind of contrast in style, right? WNL and Madison and kind of what they do. What makes those two teams difficult to prepare for? Like what are the things that WNL does really well? Is kind of like these are things we make them difficult to prepare for, and what are the things that Madison does offensively on both sides?
Well, Madison, we saw them last year before the season. Sat down with the coaching staff, great guys. We sat in a room together and we just talked about what it takes to be a championship caliber. And for them, it really started into COVID, and when everyone else was shut down, they were outside. They were working hard. Flipping tires, lifting weights, and all that stuff, and really bought into it. To where I was at Westfield at that time, and then they kind of like shut down a little bit. So, preparing for a Madison team that that you're going against, they're going to be a powerful team that's going to hit you in the mouth. They love it. They're going to chop. They're going to be gritty. They're going to be, physical in the box. And so for a lot of teams that don't get to play against teams like Madison, especially in the Liberty, we don't see that all the time. It takes about like 2 quarters to adjust to how physical they are. They're going to hit you right in the mouth. They like that toss power. That toss power is their favorite play. So, they're going to continue to run that over and over and over again, and just know that they're going to maul you to the inside, which is, what they do. And so it's really the physical part of how you prepare for Madison. But then for WNL, they're a big team. They're not a small team. They throw the ball well.
They are a big team. You're right.
Yeah, they're big. I mean, 28-9. They have some size. 6. They're some big guys. And so for them, they want to be as physical, but they're not as physical as a Madison. They're just big, and they're going to play you well. They're disciplined. They do all the right things. They don't really make too many mental mistakes, and they just kind of play their game until they bust up and have a lead. So.
Fairfax driving right now. They've broken back in that W double wing again. They're staying the course. What's it, 16 points in the game? 16. Is that the lead? Are they by 16?
Fairfax, yeah, 33-17. That's correct.
So it's still a 2-score game.
Well, the problem is they got to stop Fairfax. I mean, they got to stop Braddock. I mean, they can kick all the field goals they want, but if they can't stop Braddock, it's not going to matter.
Yeah. How's Thanksgiving?
Somebody have the volume up. Are you guys getting the echo?
Yeah, I got it.
Is it me? I don't think. Yeah, I mean, I'm listening from 121. Hold on. Let me mute myself for a second.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Yeah.
A lot of times I mute myself when I talk. There you go.
But yeah, they got to stop them. I mean, they got to stop. They can score again here, but it's not going to matter if they can't stop Brett. Now, it doesn't help you when you hand up, the ball at midfield, right? What's funny about the onside kick is you kick on the onside, you kick the field goal, but then you come back with the onside kick, and it's like you played it conservative on the one end,
Yeah.
but then you went risky on the other side.
And you give Lake Braddock a half of a football field. That's tough to do with the offensive firepower that they have over there.
Yeah. Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Look at that. See, it takes a true Iron Man, and Mace is not the Iron Man to not go to the bathroom, during the I mean, it's a long show, right? It's a long show, and sometimes just got to suck it up. And Mason couldn't hack it.
Oh, they're going to return this for a touchdown. Punt return.
No way. Oh man.
I don't know if there's any flags, but I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Sideline looks pretty happy.
I fixed my sound.
There you go. You got it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, look at that. I mean, they're beating them soundly in all phases now. Now they're adding a little special team, and that wasn't even nicely, I don't think.
I mean, they're just loaded. They're a tough team to go against. Like I said, well coached.
Yeah.
They got the size. They got the speed. They got the experience.
Well, they're celebrating at the Vienna Inn tonight, boys. Vienna Inn's gonna have a party.
I was thinking about that the other night when you were texting me about like, hey, you're not going to a game, Coach? Yeah, that's kind of rare. And I'm like, yeah, I'm just kind of sitting. And then after we started thinking, I was like, wait a minute, this is in Vienna. What am I doing? Vienna Inn all day. Like, I missed out.
Get some chili dogs. Now, I got to ask you though, because you are the guru of going to all these games. I know we talked about it yesterday on the show. We were saying how VA makes the trek. He puts the miles on the car. Now, these games are not always the same time. Aren't they normally staggered?
It depends on sometimes the region, and sometimes like a lot of times they usually do like to stagger them so they allow people to go to attend both.
Yeah.
But I think with what happened in Region C, that kind of stuff, and playing,
just get it over with. Early game and get it over with.
And then a lot of times there's also an issue sometimes with the UVA Tech game. What time do they play? You don't want to compete against them, kind of stuff. So that's something that you always fall into when we get to this region championship games is the Tech UVA game.
Well, if you look at this, the WNL faithful traveled. They're stopping by Vienna Inn. They look packed over there.
Yeah, that's something that I was talking to my wife about because, you got Thanksgiving weekend and a lot of families are out traveling, this and that. And then you've seen kind of a decline in attendance anyway, regular season anyway, in high school football in Northern Virginia. Like, what was going to be the attendance like for today or yesterday? I mean, yesterday it wasn't a bad crowd, at Patriot, but it wasn't what you would think your region championship crowd was going to be.
Yeah, you got a lot of travelers.
It was a little bit on the cooler side a little bit yesterday, but and it's the day after Thanksgiving,
right?
So maybe that contributed to that or not. But WL definitely has a nice crowd. I don't know. It sounds like Madison does too.
Well, the weird one was Tuesday night because we went live to the Tuesday game, and that was as you can imagine, the first day of the break, people were traveling, going out of town and stuff at Lake Braddock. It was not nearly as full as I thought it would be. Well, I mean, WNL throwing it up.
Yes.
Oh man,
I think there might have been a turnover at Lake Braddock. I see a change of possession. And
what's the score of that game?
The ball.
That score is still 33-17. Is that what we said?
I think so.
33-17.
Is the NFHS thing not working for that game? So that's why everybody's watching on YouTube?
No, it's 33-17. It is, but it's behind by about a good 5 minutes.
I got you. Because I was like, what's going on here?
But they'll give you the score there. So you're right. It is 33-17. But at least the other signal is like almost in real time. Now there's Mirage, little carry. So funny story about the quarterback at Fairfax. His dad sold Nicole and I our first house. So small world. That's the six.
It is a small world,
right? 6 degrees of Northern Virginia, right there.
of all that separation there. So you guys were talking that single wing ball. I like that, VA. You know, single wing king over there, even though you're a defensive mastermind.
I wouldn't say that. I got a lot of room to go. But
Hey,
You
Where
you
that
are.
list
You're
came
right,
from?
Josh. He's the single wing. You're the single wing. You're the current. The current. You're right about Mickey Thompson. You're the current Godfather right now.
oh man,
I'm getting the
The thing-
grades. I'm getting the grades.
the things that were done over when you guys played against Freedom that first time around, and that last play, I know that still haunts you. Jeez,
Yeah.
he's like, that was the game right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. I was talking to, a couple of my assistant coaches were on that Freedom staff, and we were talking about it. And, the kid that caught that pass, he was only a sophomore, but that's the Hatcher kid that's lighting it up at Syracuse as a receiver.
Oh, is it really?
Oh.
I mean, it's like, okay, I got a piece of him from when he was a sophomore in high school.
Who's
And
the How about the return? Who was the return man?
Oh, that was a big return too.
That
That's what
was
set it up. It was a 70-yard return.
That
Yeah.
was I can't think of his name right now off the top of my head, but I remember, like, we didn't have to practice. We did every single week. We practiced kickoff, but we had Riley Allison, which was the 6A all-state kicker, first team.
He was like Janikowski. The man had a cannon of a leg.
And I mean, he kick in the end zone 95% of the time. So, like, we just practiced running down on our lanes and this and that. But I was like, dude, against this team, there's one cat that wore yellow neon shoes. And I always tell the kids, if
Don't kick it to him.
if the coach allows that, they probably do it because the dude's a dog. So don't kick it to the yellow shoes. And he kicked it. It got caught up in the air.
It was a cold night. It was a cold night. That
It
ball
was a
was
cold night.
the ball was stiff. The ball was really stiff.
And we just took the lead. He kicked the field goal right before that. And it still haunts me to this day that I should have squib kicked it, ran some more clock off. Don't let that guy. But
I just brought back some bad memories for you right there.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
I
Reminiscing
brought
on
back
that
some. It was, geez, being there live too and watching it. The atmosphere was great. Thought you guys were going to take down Freedom at that point, but things happen. It's kind of like the Georgia game last night.
one.
But I always say,
So-
VA, that's your if you can do that, and I'm a Woodson guy, and Braddock Fairfax just scored.
Yep.
So we're back to a 10-point, 9-point game. But I'll tell you what, if you can do that at Woodson, right? That's a testament to good coaching, and that's not saying anything bad about Woodson. It's just some zip codes don't get a lot of football players every year. Don't get a lot of kids who play, and Woodson gets great basketball zip code. It's a great lacrosse zip code. It's just it takes a little more for football sometimes. You got to strike when the iron's hot there, and to do it at Woodson though, buddy, you can always be proud of that one.
Well, I would say that it was a perfect storm for me because we got a great group of kids that were really hungry. They worked their tails off for me. I didn't really have to push them because they were already self-motivated. We had a fairly decent schedule to help us out. And the kids played together. I had a great coaching staff. A lot of those guys were from Lake Braddock that had a lot of success at Lake Braddock before, so lean on your assistant coaches. I always say you're only as good as your assistant coaches and the people that you surround yourself with. So, it was a collective effort, and we had a great season that year. The single wing thing. Let's go back to that. So,
Yeah.
Coach V get across single. So, I grew up true and blue traditional wing tee. So that's how I grew up. But when I moved out here 20 years ago, I was a defense coordinator at William Campbell High School, and they just came off state championship in 2002. And they put, we were talking about scheduling tough teams. So Coach Bradley, my mentor, decided he was going to go out and take on the other team that's been winning state championships, which is Giles County. out in Southwest Virginia. And if anybody's ever heard of Giles County, that's single wing royalty in the States. And I mean, they run it to a T. They've been running it for like 60, 70 years. And it's the same stuff, this and that. And so Coach Bradley, I was defense coordinator, they said, hey, you need to stop this. And I'm like, what is this? And so I did my research. This was how traditional football started back in the early 1900s. And I watched so much film on those guys, and they were so difficult to defeat. And I was like, you know what? Why aren't we running this? Like maybe even as an alternative package. Why are we not running this? And so from that point on, I've always adopted it, and I always use that as a package. And to be honest, at Hilton this year, that's where we saw most of our success early in the year was when I had Logan Marshall back there getting direct snap to him and running out of the old single wing. I mean, we looked pretty good, and then he got injured, and a couple of my other key skill players got injured, and so it was a rough go. But I always love a good old single wing.
Yeah.
Well, I think anytime you run something different, right? Anything it makes it. I mean, I know Coach Richard's been a really good DC for quite a few years now, but to have to readjust your defense because that you don't see a lot, I think sometimes can make it just makes practice a little more difficult. Also, because normally your offense can't run it the same way that the other offense runs it because you have kids who aren't used to it.
And I mean, you can test that to Coach Richards and Coach Bachman over there at Herndon. When Bachman got hired and they went to that traditional triple option double wing, not a lot of teams run it, so it's hard to defend it and get used to it, especially week to week. And you have to be disciplined. You have to have your keys down to a T. You have to, force. You got to stop the dive. You got to get the ball out of the quarterback's hands because usually your quarterback's one of your best athletes. So you got to make them pitch every single down. And then you have to rally to the football, and if you don't, man, it can make you look foolish on the defense side of the ball.
Oh yeah, and I think Bachman did a great job at that, really just disguising that. But as a defense coordinator, you're talking about it. You see a lot of these 3-by-1 looks and these 2-by-2s, and you see it week in and week out, and everyone's kind of doing the same thing. You have that stuff in your back pocket. You can say, okay, well, we have this, we have that. So as you start to prep, that Saturday prep isn't as hard and as difficult versus playing, a Robinson. A Robinson then, which is now Westfield, and some of those other teams that like you have to really adjust and be like, okay, where's the nub? Okay, what are they doing on this one? A Madison with that pro look, they're under center. A lot of times that under center look gives you a lot more trouble than what you would really think of, because then you think about the passing concepts and everything that comes from there, the boots, versus a quarterback just being a shotgun and running the screen game and a lot of switch routes and then just that deep ball. So for us, that's the difference between even looking at these two teams and watching this Fairfax team right now. Like that would be prep work playing Fairfax.
I'm curious, Josh. So let's say you're the DC right now at Fairfax. You're down a score, time's ticking. I mean, are you going to start loading the box? Are you going to start bringing up more pressure? I mean, what would be your mindset right now in a situation like this? I mean, you got to get the ball back. What do you think?
Uh-oh. Oof.
Knowing that you have to get the ball back, your season's on the line. Like you're thinking at this point, okay, what can I do? Where can I send 5 and 6 at a time, and where can I show man and or zone and run a man look and send some odd pressure? You just don't want to blitz yourself out of it. And a lot of times people get so like, okay, I'm behind. And then they start to blitz themselves out of the play and out of the game. Even thinking back to WNO when we played them early in the season, it was a really tight game. It was about a minute to go. And we blitzed ourselves out of it. Like we brought, oddly enough, we brought 7 on a play and they gashed us because there was no, safety help or anything back. We're just like, we're just going to play 4 guys back and we're going to peel back and we're going to do, one of our calls where we bring 7. It was just odd timing for it because we could have gotten the ball back.
Is that a turnover
for them,
on downs over there? Are they punting it?
No, it was. It was. Yeah.
They'll change on the field. They're punting it, right?
They're punting it. It was on the quarterback.
It was intentional grounding.
No.
Yeah,
My feet is behind.
No, but intentional grounding. But I'm also look like there was a wholesale change on both sides.
Yeah, I think it's punt team out.
Yeah, punt team should be out. Should be lost and down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's punt team. Okay.
Hey, I think the if you're on the NFHS feed, it's behind. If you go to the Lake Braddock's YouTube channel, I think that's probably what. Yeah. So if you want to switch over that's.
We got an 8-point game over in Braddock. 8-point game. I can't see the clock. Probably about 6 minutes to go, I'd say, ish. And they better be careful. Look, we all know there ain't no gimmies, and especially when you're punting the ball in cold weather.
Yeah.
The long snapper's hands are all numb. He's been hanging around the sidelines, joking around with his friends for a little while. Now he runs out there.
Okay, here we go. I'm caught up now. There we go.
Caught up. I think about Fairfax. I think if I've got a pump block scheme that I like a lot, I send it now.
Yeah, they didn't. Good punt. Great punt. Great punt.
That's a way to flip the field right there.
Yeah. Wow.
Being a defensive guy, Coach Richards, you like that?
Yes, flipping it.
Don't go for it. Don't do anything crazy. Play defense.
There's a few times where we were going for it around that 40-yard line. I'm sitting there and I look the other way. I'm like, oh my gosh, we better get this 4th down and 1. Let's flip that field.
Now, early. Go ahead, Dash.
No, I was going to say, go ahead, because you were going to ask something about this. I was going to switch it up a little bit. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I think early on in that West Springfield game last week, right? They were 4th and 1, backed up on the 20, and they decided to go for it early on and kind of hand Lake Braddock a touchdown. And I think sometimes you guys are playing that. So go ahead, Dash.
I wanted to ask VA a question. I've been wanting to ask you this all year. Because now you've seen it all over the state. But now, just locally, Prince William football, Fairfax, / Arlington football. What do you like? Talk about some of the differences.
I mean, I don't know. Obviously the story to this year was what went down with Hayfield and all that kind of stuff, and everybody, Dio, good friend of mine, came from Prince William County, and people talk about Prince William County and our specialty schools that we have over there, which is different than Fairfax. Fairfax, you still have specialty schools, but the kids are based at their home school where their address is. Where in Prince William County, you can go to a different school. You just got to provide transportation and all that kind of stuff. And so, there's a lot of differences when it comes to that kind of concept. But I mean, you got great coaching all across the board up here. I really, being a coach, and I'm good buddies with pretty much almost everybody up here. They might not like me very much, but I like them, kind of thing.
Yeah. Really quick, big down right here. 4th down.
Fourth
It
down,
is a big down. But what is it? I
this is
can't
huge.
see it. At about 4 minutes to go.
Looks like 4:18.
Yeah. It's taking down about 4 minutes. This is huge.
I would punt this away. I'd punt this away, play defense.
Yeah, they're going for it. What do you guys say?
Yeah, no,
ask
at this
the
point,
two DCs. Are you guys doing it? Are you punting this?
yeah, we're punting this right now.
Well, I mean, it better be a
How
play
many
you
timeouts
love.
do they have?
I think they may got 2.
Yeah.
Who blew the timeout?
Like Braddock.
Braddock did.
I mean, because it's not even. What is it? It's like 4th and 7, right? 4th and 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it better be a play you love. It better be a play you absolutely love. And I don't know, 7 was a lot.
It is a lot. And
Fairfax hasn't had too much movement up front
yeah,
and push with their line. So
it's ball game if you don't get it, right? It's ball game as opposed to if you punt it, it's not ball game. You still got to play that out.
Are you politicking right now, Josh? If there's time I go into it, are you politicking?
oh yeah. But I mean, I think that
There's still plenty of
probably
game, I think.
they do have it. I mean,
And I think that punting unit might be coming out. No.
No, they're
unless they do a quick punt. But they're
that's
maybe.
no.
You can see that happen. If he's out 6 yards off the ball, then we're thinking quick punt. If he's not 6 yards off, they're playing.
But truth be told, they've been struggling trying to get Braddock's offense off the field too.
Yeah. I don't like that call.
Yeah, that was no.
I don't like that call. Was that their call?
Oh,
Yeah, that was no.
Look, I like Murad. I told you, his father sold me a house. I love the guy. I love the family. But you can't,
because that play leaves you no options, right?
No, right.
If they still up power, there's nowhere to go.
And he's
It's
a
not
better
like
thrower. He's not a runner. He's not a running quarterback.
Yeah.
He's a thrower. Pocket quarterback.
Yeah.
Well, how many
What is
times?
it? 248, 2 timeouts.
No, at 348. So
348.
But now a first down's a killer, right? A first down
It
is
is a killer. I don't like that. That play call was rough. That was rough. You got to go down with your dudes, right? So who's your dude right there? It's the Maltese Falcon, number 30.
Yeah.
It's Zach Morris running that little jet sweep.
Yeah.
But you can't go. I'm probably my pocket quarterback is probably not going to run a keeper.
Well, especially if you're on a jet, right? On a jet, you can get vertical at any point, right? You have different options. You keep on going to the sideline, you get vertical. For power, if it gets stuck up, there's nowhere to go.
There you go. Ball game. Ball game. That was like that Peyton Holmes.
Yes, it is.
That's a beautiful run.
Yeah.
Like
Beautiful
Reagan
run.
run to glory right there against the Dolphins.
Yeah. Well,
Beautiful run.
it looks like, barring a miracle, right? We have our state semifinal. We have Madison versus Braddock.
Well, anyone have the score handy from when they played earlier? It was a pretty big win.
It was. They got.
It was one-sided, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Now, that was not a Ty Jackson Braddock team. If I'm not
It was
mistaken.
not.
That was Surus.
Yeah.
Who
Let's
Surus
see.
is a solid quarterback. We like Surus, but Jackson's a different animal at quarterback.
Yeah. I remember seeing him at 7-on-7 in the spring, and he looked like Michael Vick back there, lefty, just launching it. You could hear the ball whistle out of his hand. I was like, "Who's this cat?"
Well, it was.
Yeah.
The final was 36-15. It was 22-8 at the half, and Mason scored 2 touchdowns in the third. Bryce scored in the third, and then nobody scored in the fourth. So it was.
Yeah, it's not bad. Not bad.
2-score game, right?
And that's a different Braddock team. It's a different Braddock team too.
Yeah.
They can finally rest too, man. 3 games in like 9 days.
Yeah, you gotta give those kids.
And it'll be at Madison, correct?
Madison.
At Madison.
Yeah, it's at Madison.
Are way too early thoughts on this game? What do you guys think? Just based on what you know mentally on those teams, you guys have any opinions on what you think this looks like?
I don't know. It's hard to tell. I go with Madison.
Yeah.
I'll go my
That's my pick.
quick snapshot. Quick snapshot is you're not running on that Madison team, Braddock. Again, quick snapshot, right? That's my first reaction is get Ty Jackson ready, get Kai Austin ready, get Maines ready, start throwing the ball.
Yeah.
But it should be a good one. Should be a good one for sure.
Man, yeah, that is it'll be a fun one. Those are 2 legacy programs, right? In this area in Northern Virginia.
The other thing you got to take into consideration for that state semifinals is when are they going to play it? At what time? That always has been like an unseen, component when you get to this deep, because I remember when we played Briar Woods, the Trace McSorley days, we played them on a Saturday at like noon. And so our kids had to wake up, have breakfast, it takes them out of their kind of comfort zone. We had an SAT that morning, and I actually had 3 players that took an SATs before we played that game.
So Coach Laguna just came into our Twitter feed. He said BHSL has Region C hosted, so it's not based on record. It is predetermined, and so according to Coach Laguna, they're going to be at Braddock.
Really?
It's Madison at
That's
Braddock.
how it works. And it alternates from year to year. So I didn't know what it was going to be because we've had
We had the cross, right? Last year we had the different. We had a different right cross with it, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that right? Huh? Wow.
So it might be right there.
It's gonna be a good one.
Oh, it should be a really good one.
So the last time I'm going out on a limb here, and maybe some of my old assistant coaches from Woods and that coach at Lake Braddock back in those glory times. When was the last time Lake Braddock hosted a state semifinal game?
Well, that's an interesting one. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Wow.
Because if I remember right, they had one where they played when they went to the state championship and lost. I want to say that they played Battlefield at Liberty High School. Neither of the teams actually hosted it on their own.
My guess is, because I think the playoffs might have been a little smaller back then, is there was a year in 2016 they played South Lakes.
That was a good game.
South Lakes.
That was Trey's South Lakes team.
Yeah, that was Trey's South Lakes team. They were pretty good. They were big.
Yeah.
But
they had the two brothers.
There was a year in 2010 that in the fourth round against Battlefield.
But I don't think they hosted it at one of the
No,
schools.
it was at 2010. They lost 30-27.
Okay.
Yeah. The other thing I can find out is this. The last time they beat Madison was in they beat them in 2022.
Yeah, that's right. They did. They
actually, fun fact: Braddock's all-time record against Madison is 6-3. They're 6-3 against me. All time.
Well, I'll tell you what. And I'm looking at the weather right now. We're looking at a high of 38 to VA's point. When do they play? 20 low of 20. Low of 20, high of 38.
Okay, wow.
Late penalty on that one. Late flag.
Similar
They
to
got a PI?
today's weather.
Yeah.
That's similar to today's weather.
Yeah. What are you eating? Yeah.
And then he's stuffing his mouth.
We call this the gobbler. This is a
Yes.
Oh, that's not the all hitches.
That's a Thanksgiving sandwich. No, that's a homemade gobbler. You got a little cranberry.
The Wawa gobbler. Come on. That's got to be the go-to.
Thought you were eating your lifetime supply of all hitches.
Celebrity Deli makes a gobbler. Little cranberry, little turkey ham. You got a little bit of everything on there. Then you pour a little gravy on top.
There you
go. I will say this. I've said at our last live. It is nice to just be talking about football.
Yeah.
Not be talking about everything else, right? We're talking about teams they're playing.
Yeah. And that lady's out there. That lady's out there milking that store too. Let her move on to something else. She was promoting TikToks and stuff. Get out of here.
You better be careful.
No, man, come on, man.
You get out of here.
Second down.
Second down, yeah. Yeah, just keep anything in front of you, right? I mean,
just keep everything in front of you. I mean, he doesn't have a great deep ball.
Yeah. So no gimmies. I guess is yeah. Oh, all right.
Now, I mean, Fairfax. A lot of that defense for Fairfax, that D line is coming back. They're all young.
If they threw that screen a little bit earlier, jeez,
they got it.
That was a big play.
We got 1:30 something left. No, that was a catch.
He caught it.
He caught it. Yeah.
How about that? How about that WNL team, Josh? Since that's a division rival there. What age-wise, they bringing a lot of guys back, or are they an older team?
I mean, their key guys are older guys. I think they're receivers, and some of their receivers are juniors. But they're a good team. I mean, like they're coached well. They do all the right things.
How was their JV team this year? Well, they I mean, because obviously a lot of guys are playing down their JV.
JV team was decent. They were good. I mean, we were evenly matched right there.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. It might be hard for them to run it back, but this is kind of like their year. I thought last year was their year, but turns out this year was their year.
I think Fairfax has a lot of young guys in that team.
They do.
There's a lot of young guys. The trenches are young. Ethan Lynch is young at running back.
How's Braddock? Are they an older team?
I feel like Braddock just reloads every year.
Well, Jackson's a junior, right? So the big part is the quarterback's a junior. The Peyton Holmes kid's a sophomore.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, those are a couple key guys, right? I think some of the receivers are juniors. So I mean, they're going to be bringing back quite a bit of guys. But Braddock brings back a lot of guys every year, right? I mean,
yeah,
they're not a program that's down a whole lot at all. If at all. So,
you guys were talking earlier about just like what do you do with your conference schedule, your non-conference schedule? Do you schedule those hard teams? I have a different outlook on that. Is you compete with the bigger teams on the off season, like kind of how we did with Lake Braddock this past season. You do the big man competition. A lot of those things you get to see strength compete that way. We played Gainesville in the preseason, some of those things, because we knew that we were going to play Osborne Park during the season. So like get to see some of those teams and have an eye test before the season starts. So it's like, okay, this is what you're looking forward to. Not every team's going to be like this, and we're going to get some of our wins that are good to come by, but you're competing against the best of the best. So looking at this Lake Braddock team, knowing that we competed against them over the summer in the trenches and the bench and pulling tires, flipping tires and all that stuff, we felt like we were almost there at that point. But I do like, some of those schedules. I know schedules are coming out next year, and gets a little bit harder for Herndon.
So I heard that they're going to realign everything. Like in 2 years, like everything's getting realigned. Like there's districts, the whole like it's all getting blown up. Which I'm curious what to see.
Taking away the PowerPoints.
Burn those things.
Yeah, getting rid of them.
You didn't have to if you did it right.
What did they adopt on this side? What did they adopt on the Patriot side? Are they going to do playoff wise?
I think they're still figuring it out. I heard it was going to be 6-2.
6-2.
I hope it's 6-2.
Yeah. Well, I know our side of things is 4-4.
Yeah.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah.
Is that ball game? Is that Pitt? Oh no, it went to the ground. I'm curious, both VA and Josh, if you guys want to answer this. So VA, you being a head coach, and I know Josh thinks I think he's gonna be a head coach pretty soon. But when you're building a schedule, I know when I was building a schedule, I always try to find teams that were similar to my league opponents, so that way to give me an idea what to do. Same kind of thing. Do you guys look for teams that have commonalities in league opponents? That way you can kind of get an idea of what you're going to run, how you're going against them, and what your guys' thoughts on those things.
Well, I mean, one of the first things that, like, as a head coach, a lot of stuff is out of your hands. Especially in when I was at Woodson, like the county planned your entire schedule for you, except for maybe 2 games, and so then you take into consideration same thing that we were talking about, maybe similar schemes, maybe locality comes into play, maybe similar type of players. Like we would go out and get Oakton, and Oakton's very similar to Woodson, and so and it's right down the road from Woodson too. So it's
Annandale
comes into it.
Rivalries too, right?
Yeah, and then like in other places, we would only have like 5 games, for your district, and then you had to go out and go find 5 more games, and so it opened up the can a little bit wider. Usually out of those 5 games, I'd get like 3 really, really good football teams that's going to challenge me, and then I'd probably get 2 teams that I'd probably feel like we can get a W on and give our kids some confidence, kind of concept. So it goes from year to year. Everything's a 2-year cycle, and so there's a lot that comes into play with scheduling.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Josh? What's your thought process on building your non-league schedule? As far as, do you try to find commonality?
Yeah, we talked about this on the off season of who do we play next. A lot of teams that we wanted to play, we didn't get a chance to play them, so we know that some teams rejected that. I guess when you get back to what style of offense do you run, and some teams don't really want to prep for that. So it's like, oh, we got to go over there and do the triple option deal and everything else. Now we're not. We're going to keep them off the cycle. And there were a few times where teams actually kept us off the cycle and said that that's what they were doing just because of that. And so like you'll always get that back and forth. But you know, you really want to find teams that will push you. Number one, like you really want teams that are going to push you to be a better, you know, in all phases of the game and things like that. You want someone who's actually going to win some games afterwards. Like if we play a team that is not going to win at all, like, okay, what are you doing? And you're not going to get any PowerPoints. So it's good that they're getting away with the PowerPoint system. Like when you have to play a team that you know is going to win 1 or 2 games that you're not going to get anything from, and it's going to affect your season later on.
Yeah. Well, congrats, like Braddock.
Yeah, I mean, their handshake line right now. They are partying in Burke tonight. They're hanging out at Maggiano's over there in Kings Park Shopping Center. They're going over to Kilroy's. They're going to get a prime rib. They are excited.
Spartans.
Over at Spartans.
That's Spartans right down the street.
Gyros.
Hey, when I was at Lake Braddock, that was our spot.
I think Kings Park is even closer. They got that. Spartans, you know, it's an old school Greek, but you go to Maggiano's over there. Maggiano's got you. You get the little Italian. You get a little brick oven pizza.
I always look forward to our JV freshman games over at Lake Braddock because it gave me an excuse to go hit up Spartans.
Spartans is the place.
Unfortunately, Coach Deaney's happiness comes through his belly, and so a lot of times where I think about, hey, I go to this school because I go to this restaurant, kind of like Hayfield, and our Roy Rogers, you know, same thing at Mount Vernon. You got the Roy Rogers right there on Route 1,
and Krispy Kreme over there, Alexander. You got Krispy Kreme too.
Oh, the eats after the game are always the best. I mean, every spot has one, you know.
Yeah,
playing those away games in WNL are the best.
I mean, that Braddock team was happy, man. That's back to back, man. Back to back region champs.
I'm not a betting guy. I'm not a Las Vegas roll the dice type guy, but I do want to say I'm winning 4-0.
You with all your chalk, with all your picking the favorites picks.
Yep. Oh, come on,
4-0.
Come on, I went 0 and whatever. I picked WNL. I picked Fairfax.
I had WNL, but didn't have Fairfax.
That Madison team is tough, though, man. It's gonna be a hell of a game.
It should be a great game.
I think the MGM, the Fairfax MGM, has about a 3.5-point spread right now for Madison.
I mean,
we'll see what they. We'll see
how good is Dominic Nicely? Nicely is.
That kid is. I don't know if you watched the punt return where he just stopped and stood there for a second and then gone.
I've seen too many of his plays. My God.
Got you feeling nicely.
When you're talking about a D1 player, that's a D1 player right there. He's like they're down linemen, you know, they're banged up front, and he still finds a way. And the quarterback, like, you know, really just those two. You know, they have other key guys that, you know, linebacker core and all that others. Pretty good, but geez,
that's the thing at this time of year, right? Is are you healthy? Because we saw a few teams lose some guys. I mean, we'll go Patriot McCarter, right? I mean, other teams they lost some of their guys. And you just didn't have the backups that you needed to have there. Now all those teams are really deep, but they had Battlefield with O'Shea, right? Battlefield loses O'Shea. Now all of a sudden they're not offense anymore, right? Because they lose that guy. But you know, these two teams were able to. You know, I know Jack had his issues during the season, but look at he's healthy again, and so. That's a big difference.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about. At this point, no one's healthy, and we had to tell our teams that during the playoffs. It's like, you know, you have a few guys that are sitting out Monday, Tuesday, and then they're walking around and gimping on Wednesday just to get them prepared for a Friday game. Like, no one's healthy at this point. Like, everyone's going through the same thing that you're going through, and so it's really just how do you deal with adversity over and over and over again, and get past that and play the best game that you can. Like, continue to prepare. But then you always prepare like your seconds, your thirds, and other things. And for teams that can go to platoon, a lot of times your next best player is probably on the other side of the ball, and you just put them in and plug them in and just keep ticking. Like, even if they didn't get a lot of reps on there, but you just play your best 11 when it gets to this part of the season. So
for sure,
you know,
I mean, to your point earlier, congrats to Coach Doc, congrats to Coach Crush, Coach Gall, the whole crew over there. congrats to Coach Counts and the Madison crew. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be
It
fun,
is.
guys. And,
Yeah,
and
it
I
is.
appreciate you guys coming on today.
Yeah.
Appreciate
no
you.
problem.
This was
No
this was fun. We know we can't catch you guys during the season. You guys are busy cooking things up in the lab and getting ready for your games. So it was good to have you guys on now the season's over.
No, it's fun. I like this platform too. So, just having this all hitches and to be able to talk about sports and everything is key. So you guys are doing a great job with this.
Yeah, and in the offseason too, man. You have to come back on. We can actually like delve in and get a little deeper on scheme and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, you should have like chalk talk and how you do that. Everyone else is always going to conventions, but there's a lot that you can get from a lot of these coaches. Have Dan Acker on here for 2 hours talking that wing tee.
I was about to
get
say
some pointers.
I was about to say the Godfather. You have to do a little talk on it.
Although I think there'll be some coaching the Liberty right now as you talk and be taking notes. Oh, he does this, huh? He does that.
Oh
huh?
yeah. Well, yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
Liberty already said they're going to figure us out, and so that was our last conversation. We're going to figure that out. Hopefully, we can remain a secret for a little bit longer.
I'm sure you got stuff still loaded in the chamber. I think you'll be okay.
You got to evolve.
Yeah.
Good stuff, guys. And I don't know what December 7th, I guess, will be the game. We don't know the time yet. To VA's point, we don't know when the game is going to be yet. I don't think we do. So hopefully we can all maybe meet together in person for that one.
At Celebrity Deli.
Absolutely. Get a sandwich, get a Dash and Dan or a pastrami.
Get that Dash and Dan, I'm telling you.
And then head over to Braddock, which is actually closer than I thought we were going to have to travel. If it's at Braddock, Mesa, they treated us well over there the other day.
They did. You know what we should do is do a live from Celebrity Deli.
Yeah, should do it there. You won't catch me in the cold. No.
They have
Not
good
unless I
Wi-Fi.
have to be.
They have good Wi-Fi.
Yeah, good one.
Be bundled up on that sideline, snotty nose, red nose, everything else. Nope, not doing it. You
So
put
we
me
got-
inside,
we
we'll be
got-
okay.
We got our final four set now.
Yeah.
You got Oscar Smith versus
And
Colonial
Colonial.
Forge, and Colonial Forge is doing the travel all the way down to Chesapeake. That's a nice little haul.
Yes.
And then you got literally Madison and Lake Braddock are not even 30 minutes away from one another, right?
Yeah.
So,
Well, I guess we'll try to break this all down on our next show, huh?
Yeah.
So
Yeah. And you guys let us know. You guys are always invited. So just give it whenever you're free and you see us coming on. If it's ever live, especially, text us right there. You guys hop on that moment.
all right, that sounds good.
sounds good.
All
I
right, fellas.
appreciate it.
Well, we'll talk later this week, guys.
Yeah.
All right, see ya.
All right.
Have a good one.
Well, from all Hitches, thanks to Coach Van Acker, Coach Richards, Coach Mason. We'll see you guys next time.
See ya.